Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to Ghana. Ose Black Stars, no, I can't jubilate alone. Debbie. Ose
Black Stars, oh.
Yeah, Black Stars, so Oh my God.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm so happy. Like I'm happy. I'm very happy. And this morning in the studios, it's all about happiness and it's all about jamming. I just wish you guys saw how today we were just dancing.
Yeah.
We were not even ready to come and serve you breakfast. But you know how it is done. Our producers are on our necks. We need to come and serve you breakfast. So as usual, I answer to the name Regina Bless, and I have with me Miss Debbie Adorso. And I know since this lady watched Ghana's football from A to Z, she has a lot of gist for us.
Hey, my goodness.
And I would give her like 10 minutes of that platform. Let her, what am I saying? 10,
That is 10, right?
and 10 minutes.
You can still add 10. That would
To make it 20 minutes.
Yes,
Hey,
of course.
and then my analysis.
Like, this one is commentary. I've taken Q's job. He has
Can
trained
you?
me. Oh, of course. Why
Hey,
not? Yeah.
no, the other bumper now. Oh, Casampo Yenteshe.
Regina.
All right, Miss Debbie. So Ghana and England 0-0, and that
Draw.
was a draw in
Yeah.
the Group L clash.
Yeah.
And I really loved how our Black Stars really took the issue. Just say, asem no oma swa, oma just say, oma fani so oma kasa mo personal issue.
Yeah.
But in as much as I was disappointed in one or two players, but they
But at
really did
least
well.
they
Yeah.
did.
So what's your commentary all about?
Ah, Jesus.
Just start. Give us the
I'm
commentary.
sweating because
Don't
I'm coming to say a lot. Sincerely speaking, yesterday's match was top notch. It's like, first I didn't follow the match. I was doing other stuff because I wasn't having too much hope and then trust in our people, because these are teams that they raise, like they reignite our hope, and then all of a sudden like they crash us down. So
Yeah.
it's kind of very difficult to really predict their match and whether it's going to be successful. But in as much as I was doubting them, there was some part of me that still had a
That
trust in this,
hope,
in,
yeah.
yes, in the team, that they would do better. And to my uttermost surprise yesterday, they didn't fail us. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. And I feel like one of the things that like got me glued till the match was done was the defense. The defense was very tight.
Top notch.
Very top notch, like very tight. We were not giving them like space at all. Now, comparing this match to previous matches, we've seen instances where maybe in the first half Ghana score, and then the second half is like they are so reluctant, and then by the time you realize it, like the other team scores us. But this one, it wasn't like that. It was as if everyone was vigilant.
Exactly.
They knew what they were going in for, and so everyone was prepared. It's like our life depends on this.
Yeah.
If we don't do well,
In fact, our life depends
exactly.
on it.
If we don't do well, I mean, you know Ghana. I mean,
Yeah.
we are good in bashing. We will
will
mash
quit
you.
They should ask us a major.
You get it. We will mash you and all that. So I feel like they played the match as if they were given a timeline that if you don't score or if you don't draw, you're
are
going
fired.
to die. Yeah, you're fired or all
Something
that.
of that
So they placed their life on the ball, and then they played from within. From what I saw yesterday, it was a match being played from within.
Yeah.
That is not as if they were being forced. And you see the support. Oh Jesus, I think Ghana is one of the sweetest countries
Very,
ever.
very.
And I think in my next life, I may consider this country again.
Me
I
too,
may.
you know, what's
I may.
Ah,
Yes, I used to, but right now I'm trying to.
Because sports.
Because of sports, yes. I thought that of late, like my love for sports is reignited. And so trust me, yesterday was the best. Like it was the best. And you see, this sends a clear message that you don't need to underestimate any of these teams. Ghana did so well, and I feel like, you know, in a way, England thought Ghana, because we didn't do so well in our friendly matches, so they thought they can just come in and then boot us out and maybe crash us down. But no, for me, what I realized is that it's as if the friendly match was used to pinpoint our mistakes, where we went wrong, and then they worked on it. That is what I saw. I saw improvement, and I feel like the encouragement and the support from home. Look, the first match, the vice president was there. President Mahama called them on a live video, Zoom video, where he spoke to these people. And then Asantihin, yesterday, before the match, Ibrahim Mahama was there. We had the actors, musicians, a lot of them were there to support, and it was so, like, this is beautiful. Okay, this is what we want. And you see, I wouldn't be surprised if Ghana makes it to either semi-finals, quarter-finals, or finals. We can't tell. But then I think one thing I would tell them, that they've put in so much effort, and they just need to, like, hold on to that. And I think, the best will come out. The best will be out.
So as she said, we are really proud of our Black Stars, and I think yesterday was one of the, should I say, the sweetest days in the lives of Ghanaians, especially when it has to do with our football issues. So yesterday, one person tweeted something, and I would like us to look into it. He says, she's Olivia Amwadanso. She says, Ghana, we are ready for you. We will use your rice to cook Ghana jollof for your guys. So apparently there's a guy in the England team called Rice. Yesterday when I saw it, I was like, which rice? Is it Ghana or Nigeria rice? So when I said, I said, I'm also them, but for me to rice, to Jimmy. And one person came to say, let me complete your statement. Ghana, we are ready for you. We will use your rice to cook Ghana jollof for you guys. Be ready to party. So be ready to party. And I'm wearing party. Okay. Another verse. Let me also complete your statements. Ghana, we are ready for you. We will use your rice to cook Ghana jollof for you guys. Are you ready to party? So there are you, no man, are you, Jordan, are you?
Yeah. And I think that the party too was like party.
Oh, people really had fun.
We did.
I saw instances where someone said, you would explain to us why you came to colonize the Africans, and you also return our gold you stole.
I saw that either. And trust me, yesterday was the best ever. I'm not so much into football, but then I can boldly tell you that of late, I mean, there is this kind of joy. There is, oh Jesus,
I'm just waiting for Saturday, and I can't.
There is this
wait
kind
for
of
Saturday
joy,
to
like
come.
inner happiness. Yeah. I think that will be our last match for the group, right? Q.
Yeah.
Where we'll be meeting Croatia, and then I hope for the best. They are doing well. The goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, I mean, he's good. He has this Fiero face.
Like, hey,
but
now
he's good.
He's good.
He's good. He's good.
Hey, SM. Hey, my God.
Where are the beams? Where are they?
Shatawale has to reward him, because everywhere he goes, SM
for life.
All right, so that was just by the way. If we are to talk about this issue, we would go on and on and on, because I have a lot to say. The happiness alone, your friend is saying, oh, your be is it the adrenaline is so high, it's very high. I say, I'm high on something.
Hey, Boko, relax. Hey. Should I get you water? You are high on what?
I'm high on happiness.
No, I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. Do I even know?
I'm high on happiness.
Okay.
And so Saturday, I'm getting my Black Star flag ready. Ready and Tomadian. They are cute. No. When I say who Diana met me the cop. Hey,
I think that was nice. That was nice.
So please, everyone should get at least a touch of the Black Star, and I think we are good to go. Saturday, we should all go out, come out in our numbers and support the Black Stars. Please, Ghana Talk Show, they will be streaming it live at a Feel Lounge. Don't miss it. Saturday, come and jubilate, and Sunday, go and thank God. Simple as that. Fair.
Sunday will be quite successful with service if everything goes well as planned.
I may say,
Yeah.
say, sorry,
I know, right? But then I like the hope is there. We trust in our people. We do.
All right. So we are moving straight into today's major news headlines, and do all to bring in your comments and interact with us. You are still live on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, X, and many more. So to our first news headlines. The government says the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy, which introduced a charge of 1 Ghana cedis per litre on selected petroleum products, generated 8.81 billion Ghana cedis in 2025 into the energy sector supports accounts. The government added that additional resources amounting to 1.26 billion Ghana cedis were deployed beyond the proceeds from the levy, bringing the total funds available in the account to 10.07 billion Ghana cedis. This was contained in the annual report on the energy levy presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kaizol Atoforsen, on Tuesday, June 23rd. Out of this amount, 9.82 billion Ghana cedis was utilized in 2025, with 6.32 billion Ghana cedis used to settle energy sector shortfalls and 3.52 billion allocated towards the repayment of legacy debts. Government says proceeds from the levy were insufficient to fully meet the obligations for the 2025 fiscal year, resulting in an additional 12.85 billion Ghana cedis being paid by the Controller and Accountant General's Department from the Treasury main accounts. In total, 22.67 billion Ghana cedis was expended from both the energy sector support account and the Treasury main account to address energy sector shortfalls and legacy and repay legacy debts. The government further reviewed that the balance in the energy sector support account as of December 31st, 2025 stood at 252 million Ghana cedis. Lodgements for the period under review amounted to 8.81 billion Ghana cedis, exceeding collections by 158.25 million, that is 1.8%. An amount of 1.26 billion was also brought forward in 2025 as balances on the various accounts making up the energy sector support accounts, bringing the total funds available to 10.07 billion. So in 2025, the energy levy that was introduced has generated 8.81 billion Ghana cedis, and a part of it was able to be used to clear some debt and also sort out one or two things. And before this levy was brought, a lot of people lambasted it, a lot of people criticized it. But they made us aware by the finance minister that this levy was being introduced to help pay off the energy sector bill or the debt. And I think in a way it has, in fact, 100% assurance, it has really helped. We still know that some people are still against it. But how we for do we go pay. Once we are seeing the benefit of it, we've seen certain taxes being collected, which we up to now we haven't seen any positive outcome out of it, and we've not seen any accountability. Yes, accountability. So Ms. Debbie, are you happy about this news?
Yeah,
At least
it's yeah.
they are
It's a good news.
communicating with us that this is what the money was used for. This is the amount we got, and so on and so forth.
Personally, I think this is what we were all waiting for. You need to account to us what we've gotten from that levy so far, because we cannot be paying a levy or a tax and then we don't get to know how much we've gotten, what the money has been used for, and then what we have left. Now, before they handed the energy sector to this current administration, we realized that we were first told that there was no debt incurred in the energy sector. Then after the Minister of Energy was being appointed to that office, to handle that office, we realized that Ghana owes, huge sum of money in the energy sector. So we will need to pay that debt. And so, with the energy levy, the 1D levy that came on board with, the people complaining because they felt like it's going to burden the citizens, and in a way the minority also felt like it is a reintroduction of e-levy, the same levy they brought. They feel like they brought a one CD levy on Momo, and then they criticize it, and then now they're also bringing up a 1D levy, and so they felt it was the same thing. But looking at what the Minister of Finance is saying right now, out of this amount, 9.82 billion was utilized in 2025, and then with 6.32 billion used to settle energy sector shortfalls, and 3.52 billion allocated towards repayment of legacy debt. So don't forget that even when the finance minister came out to brief Parliament on, I think, the first budget to Parliament, we realized that the some part of the debt was being paid before this. So it should tell you that the levy we are paying it's being utilized in a rightful way. It's not as if we are paying the levy and then we don't get to see what our money is being used for. So this is a case where we are paying the levy and then we still see the benefit of what we are using it for. And you see, that is the main reason why personally I feel like communication is key. So with the finance minister doing this, now he has brought us a whole script about the amount of money they've gotten, and then we've got about 8.81 billion. That is huge. And aside that 8.81 billion, he broke it down. And then he said 9.82 billion was utilized in 2025, and with the utilization, says out of the 9.82 billion, 6.32 billion was used to settle energy sector shortfall, 3.52 billion allocated towards the repayment of legacy debt. So it should tell you that the money that was being, how will I even put it? The money that was generated from the 1D levy was being used for all this stuff. I just hope and believe that this is not only on paper, but then it's something that is on ground, because we've heard of this for so long. And I feel like sometimes they tell us all these things. I don't know whether just to sweeten our ears or what it is. But then we get to realize that things are being sorted out on paper. But then it is after, the reality on ground is different. And that even happens after, the current administration. I'm not talking about the NDC, but after an administration leaves power, that is when we get to realize that those people have really played with our thoughts. So I feel like this 1D levy we are paying is equally making sense. Before, was it last month? Last month it was bad. The doomsday was bad.
It was. Exactly.
It was very, very bad. And then we realized that there was some challenges somewhere, and all this has to do with money. So I believe that with this levy they are taking, that is what they are using to sort all those challenges. And you and I can testify to the fact that, in as much as I'm not saying we don't experience doomsday, we still do, but it's not that. It's not that
rampant
than
to
last month. So it should tell you that with the money they are taking from us, or with the levy they are taking from us, in a way they are making good use of it, and that is personally what we are seeing now. And I think I'm happy with this. For now, I'm happy with this. The fact that he's able to break it down. And then you see total utilization from the energy sector support account, as I said, was 9.82 billion. And then he broke it down, repayments of legacy debt in line with the provision of Act 1135, leaving. So now we have a balance of 252.23 million. So out of the 8.81 billion, I mean, taking part of it to sort the challenges, the debt, and all that in the energy fair, we now have 252.23 million Ghana cedis. So it should tell you that we are not paying this levy in vain. But as I said, I hope that this is not on paper as we used to say it, but this is really something that is like, it's nothing but the truth. Yeah.
It is nothing but the truth. And I think we would urge on all Ghanaians to be patriotic citizens and continue to willingly and out of the abundance of their hearts still continue to pay the 1D levy. It is in the best interest for all of us. If we decide to stop paying now, we should be ready to face the doom. So we should get ready to get back to that. So moving straight to the next news headline, this also has to do with tariff adjustments and the minority calling for reduction. The minority in Parliament has strongly opposed the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission's proposed tariff adjustments. This follows an upward review of electricity and water tariffs announced by the PAC on Monday, June 22nd, with consumers set to pay more for utility services from July 1st, 2026, and that is, I think, next week, Wednesday. Under the Commission's third quarter tariff review, electricity tariffs have been increased by 3.49% across the board, while water tariffs have been adjusted upward by 0.85%. In a statement issued on Monday, PAC said the adjustments were made in line with its mandate to undertake quarterly tariff reviews to reflect changes in key operational factors affecting utility service providers. The Deputy Ranking Member on Parliament Energy Committee, Collins Adomako Mensah, said recent improvements within the utility sector should have paved the way for a reduction in tariffs rather than an increase. He said the minority had expected utility tariffs to be reduced by about 6%. The lawmaker argued that the proposed upward adjustments would place an additional burden on consumers and effectively shortchange households and businesses already grappling with economic challenges. How does just a change of exchange rate of 0.2% push you to increase electricity by close to 4%? It just does not add up. And I'm surprised that PAC is doing this to us. I'm totally surprised. Cumulatively, they have increased electricity by 31.69% from January 2025 to date. It was just the first and second quarter of this year that they reduced it by 4%. Even that, we challenged them. I'm surprised that PAC is doing this to the Ghanaian people. This particular increment, based on the figures that we've seen, does not make mathematical sense to me at all. So, they want to increase the electricity tariff to by 3.49% and water tariffs 0.85%. And when it comes to the electricity tariff, I think I also do not agree with them. I don't know, Ms. Debbie, if you also agree with me, because I can't buy. See, prepaid. This is not an issue of buy it stop. Stop buying it stop and buy it in bulk. You can sometimes buy prepaid for, like, let me say 50 cedis, 100 cedis. Honestly, it wouldn't even last to 1 week.
No, 1 week. I know.
No,
something like 2 days.
50 cedis. In my opinion, I think 50 cedis should last for like 1 week. Especially if you do not have a lot of electrical gadgets in your room. Me, in my room, I don't have a lot of electrical gadgets. I don't.
So, like, you expect it to last?
It should last. Imagine me sitting here. I'm not home. I'm not watching TV. The fan is not on. The fridge is not on. Nothing. Then you get home, And the water, what in so you put your bobo, they were not even supposed to even increase it.
Yeah.
Some people just almost timing and how much almost or your boost you. So we are list mistake now with that and no and I think they need to concentrate on the improvements of the services they are providing rather than concentrating on increments. I don't know if you agree with me.
I think one of the main challenge or one of the things that keeps burdening the ordinary Ghanaian has to do with increments in electricity tariffs and what's the name, water bills. And you see, it's quite sad because you go to buy prepaid, and then within a twinkle of an eye, like it's gone.
Yeah.
Like it just get finished, and then you still need to buy. And you see, this, we are not talking politics here, but then I feel like we should speak to the truth. You should increase electricity or water tariff when, as you said, when the service are okay. But in a case where we still have challenges with our lighting system, we still have challenges with accessing water, then it's kind of difficult because see, where I used to stay before, I pay for water bill. I pay my water bill and all that, but then I get to fetch water twice in a week.
Wow, I see.
Twice in a week, and even with that, the
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
the water
twice.
comes like Monday and Wednesdays. I'm telling you the truth. It comes on Monday and Wednesdays, and so the rest of the days, like there is no the water is not flowing, but you are paying you are paying for it. So what is the essence? And by the time you realize it, the month is like has ended, and then you still need to pay. And the landlords we have of late, I don't know how they work. Excuse me, like I'm sorry for using such a harsh word, but some of these landlords, I'm just saying that because some of them charge abysmally, and they don't even charge base. They don't even consider what is going on. What they are interested in is their money. And so they will take their money. But the issue is me, I don't have problem with me paying the money. But what I'm saying is that if I'm paying for a month, and then the water should flow throughout, like Monday, from the beginning of the starting of the month to the ending of the month, I should have my water flowing. But in a case where I pay, and as I said, in a whole week, I get water twice. So imagine I don't have like big barrels, I don't have big barrels where I can store water down. Then what becomes the use of me paying for a utility or water bills? And then me not going far, let's just take Q and the likes, for example.
in this house,
like let's just take them for example. They get to fetch water for maybe and neighbor. Aside that, like they don't see the water even coming out, but then we pay for it. So I feel like the service, they should fix things. Okay, one thing I've also realized is that I think recently during the public accounts, was it the public accounts committee? And then we realized that was it this year? I think that will be last year or so. We realized that the Ghana Water Company incurred a debt, and the debt was so huge, so huge. And then I realized that they said illegal connection. They mentioned three factors, but then I can only remember one, and that has to do with illegal connection also. And I feel like, see, this is your office. You should go around checking. I mean, people who connect illegally, they should be arrested and, if possibly, fined or maybe sanctioned, because somebody cannot illegally connect water, and then I am paying for it. I'm bearing the consequences. And then when it happens like that, they are putting the pressure on us. We are rather paying for it, because I would say that personally, the illegal connection is even more now than the legal connection. And so when it happens like that, the debt becomes so more.
Me, myself, if I get illegal, I'll do
you
it.
do. No, don't say that before they come for you.
They should come.
Don't say that before they come for you. The legal connection is like, it's just
too much.
It's too much. It's too much. And then we are bearing it. So I feel like with this increment, they should rethink about it again and then consider some things, because we cannot be paying. Do you know how painful it is? You pay, like when they pay you in a month, you've already budgeted what you want to use your money for, including utility, like the water, everything, transport, food, and everything. Then all of a sudden, you still need to, like, a money you've saved, you've already decided that you're not going to take that money because that's your savings, and then all of a sudden you still need to go for that money because at light, and then you cannot, if you're like someone like me who cannot sleep in darkness, then you still need to buy like this prepaid, and it becomes so worse when you're sharing meter with someone. When you're sharing meter with someone, forget it. You might not be using electrical gadget much, they are using it. So in a week,
pay less, or they'll even pay the same thing as you.
It's something else. In a week, you can pay like you can buy lights like 4 times in a week. I'm telling you the truth, and people are really going through hell. So I feel like with this increment, please, we are begging you, something should be done about that. Something should be done about that.
With the issue of illegal connections you talked about, I think the personnel should make sure that they go on ground. I always say that when it comes to the Department of the Water and Electricity, it's not about staying in your offices enjoying ACs with big suits and coats. Go on grounds, make sure that people have not illegally tapped into other people's power, or they've not done certain connections that has tightened the way this power would be dropping. From what I heard, so auto prepaid now, you can use it for like 2 months, 3 months.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There are some people's homes who haven't bought prepaid in a very long time.
Yeah.
But these people are just walking scot-free. And we, the innocent citizens, and we are
paying it. You have no option
than to pay
You
it.
have to pay it.
Which is wrong. Let me use this water issue for example. I quite remember we moved to one house to another house, and the water meter, almost say a car guso, almost like me, millions of cedis. And I was like, who is supposed to pay for that millions of cedis? If this personnel were doing their job, they would have known that this meter was used way back. And because they were not taking their debts, they were not making sure that they are collecting their monies each and every time. These people have done illegal connection, so they don't know. And people are paying for other people's debts, which is wrong.
Yeah,
very wrong.
I think with this, who should we blame right now?
ECG,
Water Company, Ghana Water Company Limited, ECG, the landlord, or who? Because sometimes it's the landlords who does that, and you, the tenant, has no idea.
So if it's the landlords that does that, what is the right official supposed to do? That is where they come in. You do, your friend is saying, routine checks each and every time. Train 3 years. See, sometimes we can be here for like a year and ECG has not even been here. You see, but it's not supposed to be so.
What if the same people that are being deployed to
they
go
will
around,
come
they are
and
corrupt?
take bribe?
Exactly.
Omeka said office. Now so the
when it happens like that, is we are just beating around the bush without, solving or talking to the challenge glaring at us.
Yeah. So this is the issue on ground. They need to do something about it. We don't buy into the increment of these tariffs. I think they really need to look into it before Wednesday. That is the 1st of July. We beg them. So briefly on our next news headline, the Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga has called for the introduction of legislation that would require institutions, factories, and government agencies to reserve employment quotas for persons with disabilities as part of efforts to promote inclusion and reduce unemployment among the group. Commenting on the statement delivered in Parliament on June 23rd, Mr. Ayariga said Ghana must take deliberate steps to integrate PWDs into the formal workforce, stressing that their continued exclusion represents a national concern. So briefly, before Ms. Debbie comes in. So this issue, I think I do agree with him, because when it comes to the issue of disability, they are being excluded from the nation. Akoya say sebio omonka nipa ho, and it is bad. And the way people treat these people also, the normal human beings, the 100% omo bibi treat ya ho no, they treat they treat the people with disability as though, excuse me to use the word, trash. There's a government school around our place, and there's this teacher who is disabled. He has to use crutches from Awosh last stop to where the school is, and sometimes when I see him I feel bad. I just imagine that if you had a car, you wouldn't be going through all these stress. Imagine you, the normal human being, are using your 2 legs to walk. It is difficult. So imagine someone using crutches. Just say it's a very long distance, and when you go as someone who is disabled, when you go into a sector where you want to be employed, they just look at you and be like, no, you can't.
They even size you. I mean, they look alone discourage the person from attaining what they want to.
So he's saying that they need to bring a compulsory employment quota that is reserved especially for them. And whether which time cry omo omedi them dia.
Which time cry the
Mahama
Yeah, I think this is a good one. I saw that yesterday and I was quiet. I was happy. Because I mean, these people, we see them as if they are destitute or they are being discarded out. They are not part of us as a country. But then I feel like no, we know that disability is not inability. For someone to be disabled doesn't mean that the person is not intelligent. I remember when I did my first attachment, I did it with a disabled. What's his name? He's a guy. He's he's disabled, but he was so intelligent. Like you could see that, but he couldn't walk. He walks with a stick, okay. But that doesn't. It didn't deter him from doing what he wants to do. Exactly. It didn't deter him from achieving his aim. We have people who are on the street begging, and then we still have disabled who are making it big time. Why didn't they go on the street? It's because they've realized that because I'm disabled doesn't mean that I can't make it in life. It doesn't mean that I can't succeed. I can't become that banker I want to be. I can't become that professor I want to be. I can't become that journalist I want to be. Like a whole lot. So if these people are able to see themselves through school, there should be a slot that is being reserved for them so that it doesn't make it so hard. I remember when toll booths was still in existence, the people that used to collect money on the street in that container,
most of them were employed.
Were this disabled. So when they scrubbed this toll booth of a thing out, I still remember when they came out demonstrating, calling on the government, because they felt that is where they also generate income for themselves and their families. And so it's like you grabbing their livelihoods from their hands. So for me personally, I feel like there should be a slot where those people wouldn't find it so difficult to access job. Okay, because see, if you go to all the sectors, I mean, let's talk about those big sectors. Have you seen a disabled person there before?
No.
You might see them, but I would say it is 10 out of 100. Or maybe 1 out of 10. So it's good. I just hope that this, as usual, this is not something that is being stated on paper. This is something that will be enforced and then help these people out. And that is why I was so happy when, was it last year we went for the program when Mahama launched persons with disability.
S&M.
Okay, I went with S&M instead. Persons with disability, it was an initiative to help disabled. I think they'll pay their fees, their accommodation, and I was like, wow, this is good. It's to encourage them and also make them feel like they are part of us. They are not being, shall I say, separated or outcasted. No, they are part of us, and so we are all one people. So for me, it's a good one. I just hope that this is not a 9-day wonder.
Yeah. So we just hope it's not a 9-day wonder, as Ms. Debbie said. And I think the people with disabilities, they need the chances we the normal people are getting, they also need to feed. They have families to take care of.
Right.
So as she also said, these people have suffered to go through the discrimination, the stigma, the insults, and most importantly, they trained themselves to school. They also wasted money, so they deserve every opportunity as the normal people are enjoying up there. Yes, so this is a wrap on the major news headlines. Up next, we have the Debbie's Grill.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Zoom Lion Ghana Limited has launched a nationwide emergency fumigation and disinfection exercise, a coordinated national response that begins in flood ravaged Greater Accra before rolling out to other regions, according to the head of emergency management at the Jospond Group, Dr. Gideon, revealed. The operation, which commenced on Monday, June 22nd, initially targets parts of the Wejagbawe municipality, Ablekuma North municipality, and the Makati Hill enclave, areas where recent floods have left behind significant sanitation hazards, including accumulated filth and sewage and other contaminants. This is a nationwide exercise, and although we have started in Greater Accra, we've already identified several flood-prone communities across other regions for similar intervention. He explained that the initiative forms part of a broader national effort to strengthen water, sanitation and hygiene standards, enhance public health resilience and protect communities from disease outbreak associated with flooding and poor environmental sanitation. The campaign also reflects the company's long-standing commitment to proactive public health interventions and emergency response operations across the country. He emphasized that the intervention was necessary preemptive strike against serious health threats that typically follow flooding. So he noted that flood waters frequently carries filth, sewage and other hazardous contaminants, exposing residents to waterborne and communicable diseases like cholera, remaining one of the most significant threats, particularly in densely populated urban settlements where sanitation challenges persist. So the Zoom Lion Ghana has brought out an initiative, and this initiative is a nationwide initiative they've brought on board, and that is to identify flood-prone areas and then sit down and ask themselves what is causing flood in this particular area, and then they'll take action that has to do with maybe gathering the refuse around, ensuring that all those choke gutters are being cleared and all that. And I think this is a good one, but the question still remains, how well are we going to sustain this? Because trust me, the flood we are experiencing of late is shall I say, is very dangerous. Like, it's mind-boggling, let me put it that way. And you see, it's very serious to the extent that anytime it drizzles, you know it's going to flood. And that is because of some behaviors, and this attitude and behavior, I would say, is coming from us and not anybody else. I've seen instances where people are calling on the government, that the government should do that, the government should do this. The government also have a role to play, and we as citizens also have a role to play. Now, the role of the government is to ensure that people who build on waterways are being cleared off, because I don't understand why you should go and build on a waterlogged area. I mean, those areas are left there. They are there for a purpose, and that is because their main purpose is to retain the water. So if you go to build there, what are you trying to say? And you see, the most funny aspect is that when it gets out of hand, then we keep calling on the government. Hey, Abayembe Boyen, or Abayembe Boyen. But Abayembe wasn't there when you went there to when you went bargain and then bought the land and then you built on it, knowing fully well that this is a waterlogged area, and the Abani wasn't there with you. And that is why it is very, very important that before you secure a land, or before you go in to purchase a land, you pass through the right processes and channels. If the right thing is being done, we wouldn't get to where we are today. And the worst part is for now, it's okay. I think for the past previous weeks, when you go to Makati, it's like, it is bad. It is very, 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 very bad. I'm telling you the truth. Very, very, very bad. From Weja to Makati, a whole stretch is being occupied by this baller carriers. And the landfill where they dispose of this refuse, where they go to dispose of this refuse, is full. And that landfill at Makati, that has been serving Accra West for some time now. I mean, we went there to interview some of the residents around there. And then what they told us was that that place was not even meant, it's not a place where refuse should be disposed. So how come? How did we get here? And for now, they are no longer there. When we went there, I learned they brought in law enforcers, they brought in the military. And then the military came round, sacked these people. And so they are no longer on the stretch. But the day we went there, it was so bad. It was bad that even where we will have to pass, to maneuver our way through, it's like we didn't get it that easy. So it is something that we need to work on. I'm sorry, but this is common sense. Common sense should tell you that when you have refuse, you don't dispose of refuse when it's raining. You should have a place where you dispose refuse. Refuse can be burnt, and that is why we have people come to carry this refuse. But then you will see a sane human being tying refuse in a sack and then wait till it rains and then they dispose it in a flowing water. What does this mean? It doesn't communicate. It doesn't communicate the right thing, and it's uncalled for. So I just hope that this initiative that Zoom Lion is bringing on board is going to last. Because I feel like with the flood issues here in Accra, it has to do with congestion. Congestion is part. And also improper disposal of refuse is another thing. And as I said, you don't wait for someone to tell you. See, God in his own wisdom has given us this to reason. And so you should know that refuse is not supposed to be disposed in gutters. We know this, but we will still do it. We will still do it. And this is causing all the problems that we are seeing. And when you go to Makati, like the Weja Kaswa stretch, it's bad though. It's bad. Even when it drizzles, the place is flooded. And traffic, come on. If you're staying in that area, you know what I'm talking about. It's very, 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 very bad. So please, we are begging you. So the government, we need a strategic measure. And I'm sure this is going to take, this is not something that we are going to, it's going to be solved within a pace of 1 to 3 days. No. This has to come with like strategic measures, strictness, strict enforcement. Now, one of my problems is we set the rules and then we sit in our office assuming that the right thing should be done. But then I feel like, you see, Ghanaians do not understand when you tell them that don't do this. We are being moved by force. So if you don't push us, if you don't bring this strictness, this kind of strictness, they're not going to do the right thing. So please, we are begging. The right thing should be done. The right authorities that are supposed to ensure that the right thing is being done, please do your work. Go rounds. That is what we are asking for. Lands, waterlogged areas should not be sold out. Number one. Improper disposal of refuse, please, let's stop it. Let's stop it, because see, when your house gets flooded, it won't carry the president, it will carry yourself and your family. Thank you for making time with me on Davis Girl.
When the floods come, it wouldn't carry the president, as she said, it would carry you and your house. Someone said, the water has married my house. Very soon, the water will marry your house. Be careful how you dispose refuse. And that is a break on the first segment of the GTR talk show. We will be back with the second segment. Up next is the morning news with Miss Debbie Adorso.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, I wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha at the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana never be go among Ghana mu ha. It is a we a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the moon at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the Emao. Your live band in so our tones at the frame, ya beat me abababua. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi ane se wo befre empanifo ewo 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
News, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up this morning, 14 machines at OT landfill disrupt waste disposal in Kumasi. Court adjourns Adjoa for shooting case to September 23rd. Armed robbery, illegal mining reduced in Upper West region. Also coming up, minority reject public utilities regulatory Commission tariff hike while demanding reduction. We've got details on these stories and many others coming up shortly. Several tricycles loaded with waste have been abandoned on major streets within the Kumasi metropolis and parts of the Ashanti region for several days, worsening sanitation conditions in the affected areas. The situation has been linked to frequent breakdowns of machinery at the Oti landfill sites, which have disrupted normal waste processing operations at the facility. As a result, the landfill site has been unable to handle incoming volumes of waste, leaving tricycle operators with no option but to park their loaded vehicles on streets at various intersections. The development has raised concerns among residents and business owners who says the abandoned waste-laden tricycles are creating environmental hazards and posing serious public health risk. A resident, Kojo Bonsu, said the situation is negatively affecting commercial activities and creating sanitation challenges in the community. He is therefore calling on the relevant authorities to urgently intervene and resolve the problem to restore normal waste management operations. The persistent misuse of mineral royalty revenue by the state assemblies is undermining development in Ghana's mining communities, according to policy analyst and coach of the Ghana Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Dr. Emmanuel Steve Asari Matthew, revealed in an interview on the sidelines of Natural Resource Governance Institute and Civil Society Capacity Building on addressing corruption risk in Ghana's lithium value chain. Dr. Matthew said findings from Getty report consistently shows that funds meant to drive development in mining areas are often spent on recurrent expenditures. The misuse of the state shares of mineral royalties largely accounts for reasons we've not been able to transform our mining communities. Ghana's mining sector generates significant revenues through royalties paid by extractive companies, with portions allocated to local authorities to support development in communities affected by mining activities. However, Dr. Matthews said many assemblies have failed to invest the funds in projects capable of delivering lasting economic and social benefit. He noted that some district assemblies have also used royalty revenues to high chairs and canopies for public event expenditures are described as unsustainable given the finite nature of mineral resources. Dr. Matthew called for the introduction of clear guidelines to govern the use of mineral royalties, arguing that a greater share of funds should be directed towards capital intensiveness. His remarks comes amid growing scrutiny of resource governance in Ghana and renewed efforts to strengthen transparency, accountability, and anti-corruption measures in the extractive sector, particularly as the country prepares to develop its emerging lithium industry. Participants at the workshop underscored the significance of effective management of extractive revenues as community hosting mining operations continue to see tangible benefits from the country's natural resource wealth if the sector is to contribute meaningfully to local development. In other news, the District Assembly's Common Fund has announced a major increase in funding for persons with disability, raising the allocation from an estimated 225.3 million in 2025 to 438.5 million in 2026 as Ghana marks the 20th anniversary of the Persons with Disability Act 2006, Act 715. The increase follows a government directive to raise the disability fund allocation from 3 to 5% beginning in 2026, a move aimed at strengthening support for more than 2.1 million Ghanaians living with disabilities, representing about 8% of the population. In a statement issued to commemorate the National Day of Persons with Disability and the anniversary of the legislation, the Street Assembly Common Fund Administrator Harry Yamse described the milestone as a chance to accelerate effort towards full inclusion of persons with disabilities in national development. Dr. Yamsen said the District Assembly Common Fund remains aligned with government's policy and national development goals, noting that the fund established under Article 252 of the 1992 Constitution serves as a key mechanism for channeling resources to district assemblies and promoting inclusion at the local level. He indicated that the fund is moving away from one-off cash handout towards long-term investment that can improve the lives of beneficiaries. Those include the provision of assistive devices, skills training, startup capital for business, accessible infrastructure, and educational support. According to him, direct cash assistance will be limited to specific and verifiable needs such as medical bills, medications, and special school fees, with beneficiaries required to provide supporting documentation. Mr. Yamsen also called on local government authorities to ensure transparent, accountable, and needs-based disbursement of the funds in collaboration with the National Council on Persons with Disabilities and district-level fund management committees. He further urged assemblies to submit monthly reports on the utilization of the Disability Fund to facilitate effective monitoring and analysis. The District Assembly Common Fund said the increased allocation reflects a renewed commitment to ensuring that persons with disabilities have access to opportunities and support systems that promote dignity, independence, and meaningful participation in society. In other news, former national chair of the New Patriotic Party, Paul Afoko, has strongly denied involvement in the death of party's late Upper East Regional Chair Adams Mahama, while calling for greater unity within the party ahead of its upcoming National Delegates Conference. Speaking at a consultative meeting with party members in Bolgatanga as part of his nationwide stakeholder engagement tour, Mr. Foko said neither he nor any member of his family had any role in the circumstances that led to the death of the late regional chair. Adams Mahama died in 2015 following an acid attack at his residence in Bolgatanga, a case that attracted nationwide attention and led to extensive investigations and court proceedings. Addressing lingering perceptions surrounding the incident, Mr. Foko said suggestions linking him and his family to the late chair's death were unfounded. He stressed that the two families had maintained close historical and traditional ties spanning several generations. According to him, the long-standing relationship between the Afoko and Mahama families made it inconceivable that he nor his family would have been involved in the tragic incident. Mr. Foko said the events surrounding the death of the late regional chair contributed to divisions within the New Patriotic Party and highlighted the need for reconciliation among party members. He urged party faithfuls to focus on rebuilding trust and strengthening unity as the party prepares for future electoral contests. The consultative meeting forms part of Mr. Foko's nationwide outreach program ahead of the New Patriotic Party's National Delegates Conference, where he's seeking to support his bid to return as national chair of the party. During the engagement, he outlined aspects of his vision for the party, advocating stronger grassroots structures and greater involvement of polling stations executives in decision-making. Mr. Foko called on members to put aside their differences and work collectively towards building a united and stronger new patriotic party capable of meeting future political challenges. In business, government says the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy, which introduced a charge of 1 cedi on fuel, which introduced a charge of 1 per litre on selected petroleum product, generated 8.81 billion in 2025 into the energy sector support account. The government added that additional resources amounting to 1.26 billion were deployed beyond the proceeds from the levy, bringing the total funds available in the account to 10.7 billion Ghana cedis. This was contained in the annual report on the energy levy presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kezela Tofosen, on June 23rd. Out of this amount, 9.82 billion Ghana cedis was utilized in 2025, with 6.32 billion used to settle energy sector shortfalls and 3.52 billion allocated towards repayment of legacy debt. Government says proceeds from the levy were insufficient to fully meet the obligations for the 2025 fiscal year, resulting in an additional 12.85 billion being paid by the Controller and Accountant General's Department from the Treasury main account. In total, 22.67 billion was expanded from both the energy sector support account and the Treasury main account to address energy sector shortfalls and repay legacy debt. The government further revealed that the balance in the energy sector support account as of December 31 stood at 252 million. Lodgement for the period under review amounted to 8.81 billion, exceeding collection by 158.25 million. An amount of 1.26 billion was also brought forward into 2025 as balances on the various accounts making up the energy sector support, bringing total funds available to 10.7 billion. Total utilization from the energy sector support account in 2025 amounted to 9.82 billion, comprising payment for energy sector shortfalls and the repayment of legacy debt in line with the provisions of Act 1135, leaving a balance of 252.23 million. Part of the report read: the energy levy introduced to raise additional funds for fuel purchases for thermal power plants and settle outstanding sector debt face calls for transparency from stakeholders. The government has, however, defended its use of proceeds, emphasizing that the levy has supported efforts to ensure a more reliable power supply across the country. To sports, England and Ghana shared the spoils in a draw in their Group L clash at the 2026 FIFA World Cup in Boston, in a match defined by missed chances, disciplined defending, and a standout goalkeeping display from Benjamin Asari. England dominated large phases of the encounter and created the clearer scoring chances, particularly in the second half, but were repeatedly denied by wasteful finishing and Ghana's resilient backline. The European came close in the 86th minute when Saka forced a sharp save from Asari with a low left-footed strike from outside the box after being set up by a headed pass from Rice. From the resulting passage of play, Nico rattled the crossbar with a header, summing up England's frustration in front of goal. Harry Kane also had a golden opportunity earlier but lifted his left-footed effort from close range over the bar, while Noni and Elliot Anderson both saw attempts either blocked and saved as England piled on pressure. Ghana, threw largely on the back foot, showed flashes of threat on the counter-back. Prince Edru had a shot blocked in the second half, while Anton Semenyo was caught offside after a promising move. Jordan Ayew and Abdul Fattah were involved in transition forward, but clear-cut chances remained limited. The match was tightly contested in midfield, with several tactical fouls disrupting rhythms on both sides. Inaki Williams was booked in the second half for a bad foul as Ghana sought to break up England's attacking momentum. Both teams made multiple substitutions to adjust the tempo, with England introducing the likes of Marcus Rashford and Eze, as well as Morgan Rogers, in search of a breakthrough, while Ghana also rotated their front line with changes including Abdul Fattah, Prince Edru and Kojo Pepra upon. Despite England's sustained pressure and superior possession, Ghana held firm with organized defending and an assured performance from goalkeeper Asari, who proved decisive in preserving the clean sheet. The result leaves both sides with a point apiece in Group L, with England left to reflect on missed opportunities, while Ghana would take encouragement from a disciplined defensive display against one of the tournament's favourites. And that's it on the morning news update. Thank you so much for staying tuned to your radio. Do all to log on to our streaming platforms at GhanaTalks Radio for more news stories. I am Deborah Adosu. Good morning.
Ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks
Memamuni
Radio,
na
the best
akwaba
station
edeba Ghana Talks Radio eso we Ghana Talks Radio breakfast show no and me producer say yen catchy e san say mumu bebe wo ha brofo no monte brofo enti no ende de ye be catchy and edin aye de frame eye Regina Bless me san ye ohima chimude san say me chimye me dan kasankasa na nipa oti akondwama onimade oba son no ahofefo all the news no ebre yen and ye no Deborah Adoso enti second segment na ni but one or two reasons into no yes eba the news headlines ni bi abesomo enti ye guess ne ba na ya sorry so na yeah pensem topics na ye wo edema no enti Miss Debbie Adoso say bibi aboko it happens sometimes. I wish people would see the behind the scenes.
It's not easy.
What goes on before we bring you the news. But all the same, you did well. So we are moving straight to some news headlines. But I think before I move to some of the major news headlines we would be talking about, let's look at the newspaper review. So on the front page of the new publisher, Akofena and gang get 4.5 million Ghana cedis bill. Inti Akofena Honorable Adrasafo, former MP for Dome Kwabinya, Nino Bearmano, and Omocheno, on any gang. Omochiomono Yamomu bill that is 4.5 million Ghana cedis. And from what I heard, 4.5 million Ghana cedis, sika chichidie eswanka sanka. On that same page of the new publisher, my dad's ghost I say my dad's ghost blocked the bullets. Adra Safo tells family, I say ne papa samai a blocky bullets nanka papa na blocky bullets anka yenti asempa. Nti papa ni say na bullets no ekoye. Sana Adra Safo eka yen na yeni ho but the Adra Safo eka no Daily Guide. Adra Safo bium or say bullets and a glass fragment and the bullets ni bi any glass pieces no e wo na adwen ho brain no omo nya efie wo ho a omo da ho enti gise omo ko amano ne eko yesedru eyi sanyoma ni na efi ho na ye hwe the chronicle enso a Paul Afoko or say MPP ebesaji omutumi sa tumi di brain no message I want power back for NPP. Sana Paul Afoko Eka. Na yeshe Daily Graphic in swa. Black Stars of Ghana. Me say Black Stars of Ghana yaji baby ya. Moko shoba for me yaji baby ya. Stars take giant step. Neutralizes England with masterclass display. Ayendra. Bona yeshe na ye masterclass. Uni masterclass. I want to mean bossa bono. England for example, it shocked them. Say, "What? Ghana mpa? Ay, ye mini omoache." Me say, friends say yan shekra draw na ye. Ye nya couple, yanga say ya qualify na ye nam ho no. Ye share the Ghanaian Times in so a transport crisis deepens. Say eba ye your day-to-day activity say your kofaka your coffee your ko yenjuma mu a abeye adeswa ama yengana for bebre me say wo ko anya school junction market awoshila stop banyard obekona nkofo abomud dompem omo dosu yankasa esanse omuni na no mo peka akwa ejuma na wunya kan ne nso so a na traffic aye asem You share the Ghanaian point in swa. Gold board at the new official gold pricing regime aba na ebesha say from 1st July until no 1st July no the omo kan na ne say so better gold ya the new official price aba until e be a 1 carat you better amount 200 cedis 5 carats or better amount 1000 cedis. Lastly, Daily Post. Ghana Medical Trust Fund seeks media partnership to boost awareness on NCD health care. Into where news headline review, paper review baku mienu bina yakika abum say yede ebesomo. Into no yabeko straight to news headlines are yawo ema no de mesramo meka no obrofumu na yayentem. So the minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Makin has accused President John Dramani Mahama of discrimination following the announcement of a planned meeting between the president and the National Democratic Congress in Parliament. The criticism came after Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga informed the House of an upcoming engagement between President Mahama and members of the Majority Caucus, a development Afenyo-Makin argued excluded the minority from discussions on matters affecting all members of Parliament. Addressing the House, the minority leader maintained that issues relating to the welfare of MPs should involve both sides of the chamber and not be limited to members of the governing party. We are aware that you are going to the presidency. Very discriminatory call. We have a 276-member chamber. The president, who is supposed to be a father of all, decided to only invite his side. We know the welfare issues that are going to be discussed. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether you have been invited, but Mr. Speaker, it is only the 180-something that the president has invited. When we have a 276-member house and you say you are going for a meeting, which meeting? The fact that the which meeting is a question really baffles my mind, because I thought he said they are going to talk about welfare of MPs. So automatically, Alexander Afenyo-Makin, you already know the main reason why they are going for that meeting. So why are you asking which meeting? This side of the house is part of the country, and the president is only inviting your side to take care of you. Mr. Speaker, is that how we run a country? A president who is discriminatory? Mr. Speaker, we protest this matter. The majority leader has failed Parliament. How can you carry your side to the presidency? We will not agree. The main reason why I'm smiling is because I'm actually reading this and listening to this in Alexander Afenyo-Makin's voice. That is why I'm smiling, because I'm just imagining him in Parliament talking about this issue. It is actually funny. Miss Debbie, the minority leader is saying that President John Dramani Mahama is being biased, and his should I say automatically favoritism or favorite, and he's practicing discrimination. Nina say President John Dramani Mahama after meeting between himself and the majority in Parliament, but Alexander Afenyo-Makin is not really seeing an eye to that. Why should you call for just a few people whilst the whole Parliament has to do with 276 people? So he's saying that that is unfair. A father, a president, the gentleman of the land is not supposed to behave in such manner. Do you agree with him? In the first place, if it's a private meeting, how should that concern you? Because I believe that during their time, definitely Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will have a meeting with them.
Yeah. For me personally, I don't see anything wrong with this. It's just like maybe former presidents coming up and revealing to the members of parliament on his side that, well, I want to have a discussion with the minority. Maybe what he wants to discuss is personally known to the minority. It's not for the entire house. So why then should you, accuse the president? If it is for the entire house, I'm sure he's going to say that. But then when you look at in the article, it said an upcoming engagement between president and the members of the majority caucus.
Yeah.
So it means, don't forget that although President Mahama is a president for the whole nation, he's representing the NDC. And the NDC, the representation of NDC in parliament is the majority caucus. So if the president wants to meet with the majority caucus, it means that maybe he has an information only to the majority caucus and not an information that needs to be shared to the entire house. If it's an information that should be shared to the entire house, I'm sure Afenyo Makino, what does he want to know? What does he want to hear? Or he has heard of some speculation somewhere, and then he just want to be inquisitive so he can get to know what is going on. I don't see anything wrong with that. The president is just want to meet with the majority, because I feel like maybe whatever info he wants to relay out there, he wants to relay it personally to the majority and not to the entire house. That is how I see it.
So the NPP, because since Afenyo Makin is talking, automatically he's talking on behalf of the NPP. So all NPP should exercise patience. As Ms. Debbie said, if this has to do with the interest of other parliamentarians, why not? President John Dramani Mahama would invite you also. I think that he's doing this because probably since President John Dramani Mahama has come into power, he has not really met all of them to probably talk to them or discuss something. On what exactly? Maybe the development of the country.
These people, even if you invite them, what if they've already made up their mind? So even if you invite them to tell them what to do, it will not still change their mindset. It's just like me deciding on something and then you coming to convince me to do something else. I've already decided. And you see, there are times where your mom will even tell you that we have adults that, excuse me, are insane. They don't think right. The fact that the person is an adult doesn't mean that if the person is advising you and it's wrong, you should take it. So I just want to relay something to this. If minority, even if the president wants to meet with the minority and the majority, the President Mahama cannot decide for the minority, because the minority is a party on its own. They also have their leaders. So even if President Mahama should come and tell you that this is what you are doing, you will still not go by it. Because see, in as much as we have both houses, President Mahama is working with the majority to fulfill his promise, not with the minority. Because the minority, it is not your representative that is representing the entire country. So the president can have a meeting with all of you. But the day the president came to parliament to speak, it was both houses. He didn't meet only the majority. And that's because he felt that both houses needs to hear what, I think after his first 6 months or so, he went to parliament to brief parliament. That was when he said he has created 1 million jobs. That became some issue. Both houses were present. So I'm sure with that particular incident, both houses needs to be present because it's a necessity. But with this, so long as the president wants to go with only the majority, he has a reason. And that is because maybe whatsoever he wants to relate to the majority has nothing to do with the minority. That is how I see it. If it will have something to do with the minority, I'm sure they will involve the minority. But why would the president call a meeting knowing fully well that, the minority and the majority needs to be there, and then he will call only the majority? No, it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, it's not possible. So, to the minority leader, Alexander Afenyo Makin, please do exercise patience, because definitely if it has to do with the whole parliamentarians, President John Dramani Mahama would definitely invite you all. So moving to our next news headline. We actually spoke about this in the first news headline that has to do with the disability issues, and with this it has to do with District Assembly's Common Fund has announced a major increase in funding for persons with disabilities, raising the allocation from an estimated 225.3 Ghana cedis in 2025 to 438.5 million Ghana cedis in 2026 as Ghana marks the 20th anniversary of the Persons with Disabilities Act 2006. The increase follows a government's directive to raise the disability fund allocation from 3% to 5% beginning in 2026, a move aimed at strengthening support for more than 2.1 million Ghanaians living with disabilities, representing about 8% of the population. Now, this is a good news, honestly, because they were once taking 225.3% million Ghana cedis. That was as 2025, but as of 2026, it has been increased from 3 to 5%, and that is 438.5 million Ghana cedis. Now, as I said, this is a good news because Mahama Ayariga said they need to make sure that they allow these people have a mandatory and compulsory working quota, that is employment quota, where every disability is supposed to be working. Now their money has been increased. Now my question is it everyone in this country or your disability, are they really getting the money? Are these people being supported? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. Because I've seen instances where some ministries, some district assemblies, they use the disability fund for their own personal projects. They use it for a different, your friend is saying, a different purpose altogether. It was reviewed during this public account series, where these people were ordered to refund the money back. So just imagine there was nothing like public account series. The money would have just gone just like that. But we thank God that we have something called the public account series where you come and be accountable for the money being used. Ms. Debbie.
Yes, so persons with disability, I think some time back we realized that funds that were meant for these people were being diverted as to where the money is and as to who used that money and what it has been used for. We had no idea, no one was informed, and I feel like that is quite bad. So with this allocation of money, the money should be given to the right people so that they use it. I'm not sure if it is not necessary, there will be an allocation for persons with disability. But so long as there is an allocation, then it means that it's very, very useful. So I mean, as you said, what we are all looking for is that this money will be given to these people, because we don't want a case where, you see, sometimes when you go to interview these people, we hear a lot of stuff, and sometimes they don't come on camera, but then they tell us that this is what is going on. In the face of the whole public, the money has been disbursed, but they've not received the money. So more times, we hear that money has been disbursed, but the authorities who are supposed to ensure that this disabled get the money, I don't know what they are doing. Now, I don't know whether they are the one embezzling the funds. I don't know whether they are the one diverting the funds. Because if money is being allocated for a particular group of people, the money should be given to them. There shouldn't be a case where the money will be given to or be used for something else. I remember recently with the Public Accounts Committee, that's to do with the District Assembly Common Fund. They call one district, I've forgotten the name of the district, and a fund that was being was meant for them to develop the district. They used that money. I think they said they use it for what? A program.
Yeah.
And then they use the money to get awards for the people. And the chair asked them, Is that what the money is supposed to be used for? He said no, and that they did that with the perception that like they were expecting some money from somewhere. So when the money comes, they will just replace. And I was like, look at all this. So imagine there is nothing like public accounts committee. We wouldn't know. These people will be suffering. They know, and then when it happens like that, they blame the government because when you go to the office, these same people will tell you, "I'm buying on sending sikani I'm buying on sending." So in a way, you are trying to tell the people that the government isn't doing the right thing, and that is why more times I don't even blame the government. I don't really blame them because they do the right thing, but the people who are being appointed to oversee that the work of the government is being done in the local levels are not doing their job. They're making the work so difficult for the government, but when it happens like that, everybody will point finger. If it is Akufo-Addo that is in power, everybody will point finger to. If it is Mahama, everybody will point finger. Yeah. Whoever is in power, they are not going to point finger at the district assembly. I mean, the leaders who are supervising or seeing that the right thing is being done, they wouldn't. Because when you come to the office, they'll tell that, oh, I'm buying for scanning, but I'm buying I'm buying NDC, I'm buying I'm buying MPP, I'm buying. And then when it happens like that, you tarnish the image of the government. Yeah. But mind you, the government is also doing its possible best. So we are just pleading that if money is being disbursed for a particular purpose, it should be used for its intended needs.
It should be used for its intended needs. We always say that when it comes to people with disabilities, they are also part of humans. They are also part of us. And they need to be pampered as much as we are being pampered. And to the authorities, we pray and hope that this money that has been increased, no one will divert any, not even 10 pesos, not even a peso. No one should divert any money into any private account, into any personal account. This is money for disabilities, and it's not money to be used for any program being organized. If you don't have money to organize program, don't organize it.
It's not by force.
Don't organize it. It's not by force. So moving to our next headline: armed robbery. Illegal mining reduced in Upper West. This is coming from the regional minister. So with this particular story, we'll be looking at the increased rate of criminals in our country and also illegal mining. According to him, illegal mining is being reduced in Upper West, but when it comes to the capital, the city and other regions, it is still going on very, very, very much. Yeah. So the Upper West Regional Minister Charles says security in the region has improved significantly with notable reductions in armed robbery and illegal mining activities. He made the remarks during an interview. According to him, the Upper West region is currently calm following a series of interventions by the Regional Security Council, which he chairs to address key security concerns. We have, through the Regional Security Council, which I am the chairman, put in place measures to curb two major things: armed robbery and illegal mining, he stated. Mr. Charles said the measures have yielded positive results, particularly in reducing armed robbery incidents. With armed robbery, it has reduced drastically from when I took over till now, he said. He further noted that illegal mining activities have also declined, especially along the Black Volta enclave. With the illegal mining, it is also much better down than initially, especially along the Black Volta, he added. Mr. Minister, I believe that the measures he used to make sure that illegal mining is stopped completely in his region and also the crimes going on has also been stopped. Why not just, should I say, send those same measures to the Naimos, the people fighting Galamsey, in order to make sure that we also do not face illegal mining and crimes. And when it comes to our country, the city of Accra is the center of criminal activities, where people boldly
breeding ground.
just say, save heaven for them.
Yeah.
And it looks like, in as much as the Ghana Police Service is doing their best, because the moment we hear of a crime, in the next minute, they've solved it. They've taken these people on. The narcotics, blah, 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 what have you. They arrest all these people. And mind you, illegal mining is also not left out of this issue. We are still facing it. Yes, Debbie.
Yeah, so I want to understand something from the Western Regional Minister. Is he saying that Galamsey is no longer in existence or it has minimized? I want to know.
So in his upper west region, it has been minimized. It has reduced compared to when he came.
Oh, when he came into power.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Then it means he's truly working. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That is Western region. I believe other regions should also learn from that. I am not in Western region, but then I feel like the people in Western region will attest to the fact of on whether they will attest to the fact on whether truly that is very, very true. But trust me, criminals in regions, I think they don't add up to anything in that region. It's causing chaos here and there, and that makes such regions uncomfortable to stay. Now you are comparing Accra to
Upper
Accra is the worst of all.
Okay.
Accra here looks as if of late people are bold. Broad daylight, we've seen people going. I think broad daylight there was a robbery at La Paz.
Yeah, is it for the
Forex
Bureau?
Yeah. Broad.
And I think Ablekuma, where
Ablekuma
a police
too,
officer was also killed.
Yeah. Broad daylight. So it should tell you that these people are so confident in what they do. And that is because I feel like we have the laws, but the punishment we are giving to these people is not that strict. I'm saying that because sometimes we arrest these criminals and then we release them in a space of a year. And trust me, if that criminal is coming back this time around, whatever he's doing, he's multiplying it by 100. And do you know the most funny thing? When they come out, you don't see them, but they have people they trained. And this time around, if they used to do it maybe in an open space where people see them, they develop a different tactics and strategy. So with this case, I feel like if that is what is going on in the Western region, it's good. But if other regional ministers can also learn from that is not something difficult. You just call the person, how did you do it? How did you do it? How can I also do better in my region so we can bring a stop to this? Because I feel like, see, even places where police officers are supposed to be there, they are not there.
Yeah.
Places where police officers are supposed to be there, they are not there. And even if they are there, and sometimes you don't really feel safe. Because I remember some time ago, allegedly there were incidents where a police officer even shot, was he a lady?
In
a civilian. In Ghana here, I think in Kumasi, somewhere, the police officer was arrested, He was arrested. And there were times where even a police officer was arrested and the background revealed that he was once an armed robber. So I asked myself, how did this person maneuver his way into the security force? How did you get there? So you see, when that's to do with clamping down on criminal activities, we need to put in much effort. We need to do a lot, because trust me, so long as the population of Ghana keeps increasing, criminals are also increasing every day. It's just like, you see, when someone you are in a house, a very big house, a family of maybe 10 or 20, and then whoever is the leader is moving out, or maybe there is something like inheritance. If the person is not there, they train the young ones to take after the elder one. So that is how I see these criminals. They train people.
Yeah.
They train people to take after them. So long as the population is expanding, we are also getting massive population of criminals within the population of Ghana. So this should tell you how severe and critical this is. So I feel like when it has to do with dealing with criminal activities in Ghana here, we need to put in much effort. My problem is sometimes, you see, these big men do not take this issue so serious. They feel like, well, if someone is a criminal, is a part of my business. It is your business because my safety is your concern.
Exactly.
That is why we have security, we have the police, we have the military, because they are there to protect us and ensure that our lives are preserved. But if you don't give them the order, they don't do it. So you need to give them the order, ensure that my life is protected and my life is being preserved. Somewhere last year, I realized that they said they arrested about 50 plus criminals at Makati. I'm telling you.
From what I hear, that place is dangerous.
Where I've been passing where
it's dangerous.
Sister,
God's grace.
I'm telling you. 50 plus when I was totally shocked because there were times where a colleague of mine was robbed. They took his 2 phones. They made him they made him pin his Momo pass what's the password pin code right, and then his school fees. They made him transfer the money, everything to the account. Then after that they took, and they were with gun and wasn't a knife. Is it that you give the money or you die? So they took the 2 phones and then they took the money on that same street. I'll be working there like 10 p.m. alone. I've been working, and then sometimes I'll be working and someone will meet me and be like, and you know one thing, I'll be working and I'm working with my phone. I'm watching pressing.
We are watching movie on the road.
On the street.
Hey,
so you see, so when I realized, when I heard, I was like, really? And me, I've been working on this stretch like every day, midnight, like 10. I've been working on that stretch alone, not with someone, alone. And this is ongoing here in this. As for Makati, they forget it too, because if you're talking about Nigeria, I'm not saying it is the Nigerians, but then when they arrested those people, 50% of them
were Nigerians.
were foreigners, and most of them were from Nigeria. But I'm not saying they are criminals. But you see, a lot of these foreigners that come here, what do they do? That it is a few out of them that engage in genuine work. They create employment for themselves, like this phone covers, screen
cables,
the cables,
charges,
yes. Aside that, most of them are into this criminal act and all that. So before we can fight criminals, it has to do with a whole lot. We need to strengthen even our borders. The people who runs into our country and then they are on the street, what are they doing there? Most of them are thieves. If you go to some country, it is illegal to see someone on the street begging for money. You will be arrested. But it's common here. And 99% of those foreigners we see on our street begging for money, they are not from this country. They are from other countries. How did they get in here? So we need to strengthen our borders. Some time ago, we said we've sent them out of the country. I don't know how come they made their way back in here, and then it's becoming a whole lot. And they're talking about Galamsey. My goodness. Galamsey is a whole lot. And for me, with what I'm seeing, we are losing a fight against Galamsey. That is what I'm seeing. We are losing a fight against Galamsey.
You don't have the hope again.
I don't. In as much as we get to hear that today they've been this side, the water is recovering, the other side, this is happening. They've arrested. As for the arrest, we've been arresting people for over a year now, and Galamsey is still in progress. So we when it comes to Galamsey, it's a whole lot.
When it comes to Galamsey, it's a whole lot. One thing most of these individuals voted for was corruption and Galamsey. But it looks like the issue of Galamsey, as Ms. Debbie said, that hope is no longer there. It has diminished. it has vanished. Me personally, it has vanished. I don't have that trust again because they have like 1.5 years to leave power and nothing is being done. We understand that these people need to put in effective measures, but nothing of that sort is being done. All right. So moving to our next headline. This has to do with Alexander Afenyo-Markin. Alexander Afenyo-Markin. So he's saying that so Alexander Afenyo-Markin is saying that the Futu member of parliament, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, has described the NDC administration as a scam. He says that the NPP promises one thing in opposition, and when given power, the NDC, and when given power by the people of Ghana, they tend to do otherwise. Addressing the NPP party supporters in Sefwi in the Western region, the minority leader said, "We should ask ourselves, is the NDC delivering on its promise? The NDC is a complete scam," and that is coming from Alexander Afenyo-Markin. They are 419 people. They come to you and lie to you, and when you give them power, they do nothing, he stated. The minority leader, however, stressed that the NPP's ability to present itself as a viable alternative would depend largely on its internal cohesion, but they can only achieve that if we ourselves are divided. So in Sefwi also, he spoke to the entire region on behalf of the flag bearer of parliament and on behalf of all the elders of the party, and pleaded with them to unite, he said. So this is coming from Alexander Afenyo-Markin. He's saying that the NDCs are scammers. The NDCs are 419, and I believe that you understand when someone is a scammer, when someone is a 419. It has to do with their actions, what they say. And let me give my honest review about what Alexander said. The NPPs and the NDCs, they are all scammers, because politics is a dirty game, and these people are actually playing a game with us. No two ways about that. They are playing games with us, because tell me why in their manifestos they would give beautiful sweet words, sugar coated words, to entice the people, to entice their ears, and we would believe it and vote for them. But once they come into power, it's a different thing altogether. The story we did before this that had to do with illegal mining. What didn't NPP say about it? NPP said they would solve illegal mining. They didn't. 8 years passed without illegal mining. Now NDC is in power. For them, they even said 1 week they would solve illegal mining. We are seeing nothing. We are seeing nothing about it. And they have like 1.5 years to leave power. And illegal mining is worse than before. Now the people have the audacity to threaten these NIMOS officials who come to make sure that they don't indulge or involve themselves in illegal mining. No. They even go on TikTok, social media, take their phones and make a video. If you threaten us, we will threaten you. That is what they are saying. They brandish weapons on social media. They told you, say, this is the weapon. This is the weapon. If you come to us, we will fire it. If you fire it, we will also fire it. If you don't want to lose your life, don't come. So with what Alexander is saying, I don't agree with him. Because NDC, NPP, they are the same. No difference. no difference. Should we talk about other initiatives, other policies that they bring up, but they don't fulfill it? Should we talk about the number of people who are living in rural areas who up to now do not have quality access to education, quality access to healthcare facilities? The roads are bad, deteriorating roads are that. Have they forgotten so soon what they did when they were in power? The NPPs for that matter. Have they forgotten? NDC, we've also experienced NDC before. During their time, we also saw worse. During NPP, we also saw worse. No two ways about it. I just wish another third force would just come into the picture. Cheddar came. Alan Shermantain came. This pastor, what is his name? Goom came. Goom. Troublesome. I don't want to use the word disappointment or disappointed, but I'm really disappointed in Goom, because during that time, the number of people that voted for him, it tells you, said there is hope somewhere. If he had been your friend is saying Sinangonya vision, and he was targeted, by now he would have been the president, because people were rooting for him, people were supporting him. Cheddar, he's a young, brilliant man. In as much as when he was coming, we were scared because people were tagging him with scammer, that very soon he might sell the country and we wouldn't get anywhere to go. But he also has vision. He also has the aim to do something. Alain Shermantain, he was also once an NPP member, but all of a sudden he also left the NPP force. The NPP need to ask themselves a question: why are all these prominent people leaving? Why are all these prominent people having issues with the party? To a point where Ejekum Kufuor also came out to say he's not being consulted on anything. The MPPs are not having a rapport with the founders of that party. The NPPs are doing what they want. They need to go back to the drawing board and make sure that they solve all their internal issues before you can come out and say the NDC is a scammer or NDCs are scammers. I always say you can't trust any political party because they are all the same. And the main reason why the NPP and the NDC feel like they have authority over Ghanaians is because they are the only two people we run to. Let's say this term NDC is in power. If at the end of 2028 they don't do what they are supposed to do, they don't do the right thing, we will change them to MPP. No two ways about it. And if MPP doesn't also do well, we will change them to NDC. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. So Goom, Cheddar, Alain Shermantain, the movement here then. The movement, Anna. The movement has go. Why should you let the movement go? Goom. And also Goom, egu. Cheddar is also relaxed. Cheddar is the new force. He's what? They are coming back. We are coming. Hey, the producer said we are coming. Very soon we will come back. I think it is high time the old men up there, they need to calm down. We are not like the other African countries where we would vote for people who are working with walking sticks. We will not do that. I think there should also be a limit. Who was 70, 60, leave the party for the young ones to come, the young leaders. Me, I'm a young leader. You people can vote for me as president, but no, they will not. They will not, Miss Debbie. I think your marking said the NDCs are scammers.
How are they scammers?
And I mean, you go the MPPs, the NDCs, they are all scammers because they always lie to us. Mm-hmm. Oh. So
Yes, as you said, I think we've seen all political parties, and I feel like they are all the same, okay, based on their policies, what they do, and even how they speak. You see, these people, when they come live on the media, they try portraying as if they are not together, like with other political parties. They portray themselves as though they are different, but behind the scene, I see them to be one people. So I see no reason why a fly should point finger at another fly that you are smelling, because the two of you purchase on food, right? So for me, I feel like it's not only the NDC that is a scam. All political parties are scams, but we, the citizens, need to identify that and then choose the right person that we know that can bring development.
All right, thank you very much. This is where we end the first segment of the GTR talk show. Miss Debbie will be coming up for the second segment. Please take and stay with us.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, number one.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, come join when the voices align. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose, here we go. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Radio. Turn it up and stay tuned.
Welcome to the second segment of the Breakfast Show on Ghana Talks Radio, where we delve into topical issues ranging from politics, business, and also social issues. As usual, I don't do this alone. I have with me here knowledgeable panelists who are so much endowed when it comes to, shall I say, dissecting, and all the secting when it has to do with informing us and educating us on topical issues, as I said, ranging from politics, business, and also social issues. So without wasting much time, I have with me here right in a studio in person of Mr. Samuel Okine, who is a representative of the National Democratic Congress. And then shortly, we'll have in here Enoch Fojo Ake, who is also a representative for the New Patriotic Party, who will be joining us shortly. Mr. Okine, good morning. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me as well. How are you?
I'm good.
You look beautiful this morning.
Oh,
See,
thank you.
I thought the time we will start around 9, so I was delaying time.
Oh, no.
I never knew it is 8:30, so forgive me. Next time
Don't
I'll
worry,
do
that's
better.
fine. You're looking handsome yourself.
Oh, but when I see myself in it, like I was complaining to you,
Yeah.
Charlie, am I not handsome?
No,
But
no,
now
you
that
are.
you are handsome, it's okay.
You are very
to say,
handsome, and I think the spectacle is complementing
Yeah.
with your beard.
Before, I was in Chiabema Yashefono.
Okay.
Chia Yashefono. Machia Mutimuno, near Juma Papa Moya de Bois, Ghana.
Okay.
Every day, I can say democracy without the media is practically meaningless. Into the media, no one so more Jumas from Kubia Moody at the Boas or Mino, Ebeconin.
Right.
Essence with in Chiakasiama, my party form from the president to the last person in the branch. And then my constituency for the constituency executive, the MP, and you'll be our county president, Mama Diasono. The reset agenda no ebem
Okay.
mesan so de nchia ma me krom for oshuman for ani oshuman hene ene ne mpani for na me dia faso abo mo nka yese na na ne mpani for organize community engagement.
Okay.
Say obi amra all the stakeholders, say we are tenant, say we are landlord, so far as out you shuma hon kwa de na chese kronim puntu no efa ho bi na say or year community engagement. Na se nyame tie yesu fra yebenya MP wo yentem, yebenya MC nso wo yentem, ene ya assembly member nso wo yentem na afi ye hawa e hayen.
Okay.
As a community people no yanka say yenim ye hawo ne bi dada. But edru ba bi say omo a say omo gina na omo yi nsem bia no esi etimi de omo ye den eba.
Okay.
Ayemfo no ye de omo betimi aye. Nti mesre say timamufo no nso no enye de omo betimi aye. Engagement no beba so this Sunday 28th June 2026. Exactly 2 o'clock na ya starting.
Okay.
Ti me pese obi a be yusu sa akonya no na ode aba. Na ye nyina ye nto ato adwene. Na ye hwe kwan a ye be fa so ye community no.
Okay.
E be tumpon.
Alright.
Obi a oti oshuma bia no, ohia kro no empuntu.
Okay.
Ti me pese sa dwumadie ananane ne mpanifo ahyehye no. Obi a de ne ho bagimbi na e be ye fe. Se ne be ya daachi bi. Se kroni tumpon na ye kan, onso aka se meka ho bi. E na ye nyina ye.
Okay. Se kroni tumpon. All right, so I think we'll move to our first story and topic for discussion, and that has to do with the issue of illegal mining. Now, illegal mining, for me, I see it to be a deadly canker, and we've been fighting illegal mining for quite a number of years now. We've had subsequent governments coming in and promising us that they will fight against illegal mining. We've seen instances where they've been deployment of military, they've been deployment of police officials to sites. We've seen arrest of these illegal miners. We've seen deportation of foreigners that are mining on our water bodies and in our forest reserves. We've seen all this with the inception that is going to fight galamsey. But as it stands now, galamsey is still on the rise. And also, the new normal is those illegal miners are so bold enough that they can have their phone in front of them and then boldly telling us that, I mean, they make a weekly, they make somewhere like 2,000 in a week. And so in a way, they are promoting the act that is good.
I think I've said this
and so they should come and mine. And so the question now lies on, is it that the laws are not being enforced? Because with people, how will I say, boldly coming out and preaching about something that is illegal, something that we are all against, and something that the government has made it a main focus to fight. Now your government is in power, and before he came into power, the NDC came into power, I think one of their main promise is to fight galamsey. And you've been in power for 1 year 6 months. What's happening?
Okay. Meka say Obia Obeka say president enye hu bibi and I say NDC as a political party and the government of the day into illegal mining one amombia no na say onim ade a oka. Since we came to power no you do any shimukra based on records ya chichi ni pa be 1,003 just like you are saying people are being arrested and all that. Today as we are speaking, you know, ya buy abemu in 2025 no. Some excavators were impounded. And I can say it on authority, say, in the history of Ghana, between 2023 and 2024, NIA imported excavator, excavators worth of about 6.2 billion Ghana cedis. But with President Mohammed's administration, we have impounded some of these things because then they were waiting for clearance and all that. Government no A2 and Amombia say you be end illegal mining. But you see, every day I may catch them enough for say. Is it really illegal mining we are dealing with and as a bad mining practices? That is what you should be thinking about as a people. I remember once a time when Chairman Untimi was accused of engaging in illegal mining. Our president then came out to say that Akunta mining is not engaging in any form of illegal mining. It may be true. Why? Because Akunta mining has gotten the license or the burden or the bedi nejuma. But Oshe nejuma die no in so na free jumedi na chiba no. And only problem na yet. Today as we are speaking, 9 forests have been reclaimed. Today as we are speaking, mining licenses are problems. 278. You're revoking in abane to anamon bebree wa tu anamon bi obey say saade no be den ebe conform. You see, when we came to power in 2020, if you have somewhere 2017, now mining licenses and confukita a 60 per. But when we came back to power in 2025, who nipa bebree omukita mining licenses omode mining. So what it means is that government was issuing the mining licenses without taking the actions or the practices of the mining company into consideration. So at the end of the day, no, the menace na ye hunu na sense nso na ye hunu. Enye illegal miners ne pe nso na ye den ye hunu. Name companies be almost what license are from almost small scale miners no. Omo activities na e cause implications na ye den ye hunu. Now the reason why fight no ayedin and then say the person has the license to what? To operate. Untimi and describing no as a galamsey. But at the end of the day, no, Nejumedie no sunsanso so de or how yeden bre or mine. That is where the difficulty lies. But Obi Obeka say President Mahama is not implementing the policies and I say onye bibian for illegal mining no. Enye no correct. Since we came to power, there was a forester. Na nipa be say 10,000 ene wo ho no. Aban any security for eye baako ekudri forest ni ekudri sa village ni nyina yeden etuguye. Then the chesa buying into Anamombia. And then in Sobia Nanki tutu gold woman at the Adiano. A buy label saying so in say red zones. And then the chesa buying to Anamombia. Just that the stability of the water bodies, no, I can say that I improve, but a new level are a base safe for human consumption. And when you speak, people talk as if say fighting galamsey, you know, magic. Who bet me fighting galamsey within a short period of time? but say implications no ebe reverse aye good no ebe take time kakra say nso ya make one say ya label no as red zones ni nyina no still the stability level no improve you but enye safe say nipa burden ebetimi anom. That tells you how entrenched the practice is. Yaye ade na duru baby. Now we will be hypocrites say yebe assume say or how are ye 8 years and I say ye years decades across you know because somebody promised say oba obey you within a space of 1 year no. But
don't you think that is how it's supposed to be? Because if you promise the people, don't forget that the people are relying on the promise you made to them. So if you promise me that you are going to solve a particular issue in a pace of 1 year, I'm expecting you to do that. Very
good. That's what I'm saying. President Mama is solving the issue.
Okay.
But the implications, and still, that's where they like I told you. This water bodies here, you declare no red zones here. So Obiango to go to Obium, but still the water is unsafe for drinking. Why? A bit take time and sana and so na asako. Nitibia dada eyeden eyemu. But to create the impression, say the government is not doing anything about illegal mining. I can tell you that it is false. If you compare the activities, the actions of this current NDC administration to the previous government in the fight against Galamsey, I would say that this government is doing well when it comes to the fight against Galamsey.
Really?
Oh yes.
Because I'm not trying to cut you, but
you are cutting me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for doing that, but I just want to get something right here. You made mention that your government is doing well than the previous administration, but don't you think that the measures you are bringing on board is equally the same as the measures that was being introduced by the previous administration?
Whether the measures were the same measures that the previous administration introduced, and I say, the idea is that we want to fight Galamsey.
And you are doing it.
And we are doing it. Okay. The idea is that we want to fight Galamsey. I am not here to preach policies. Say, President Mahama, the policy we buy. No. Even if those policies were brought by the previous administration, now say implementation, you need to Galamsey na eden akofoma. Yeah, the say go na yeah hwehwe. The hwehwe ni say Galamsey na be eden esobeti. Na point a me person me making say Nanado na did those policies by you. Say President Mahama na did those policies by you. The implementation implications are even I will say that the current government has done well as compared to the previous administration. Okay. Because in the previous administration, excavators were being imported and they were not even tracked. Today, as we are speaking, before Ansana obe clear excavator crano, you be out the other year, you're tracking excavators near the idea. If that policy was introduced by MPP, no nebetimi aboane fighting Galamsey. Yeah, your focus ni say Galamsey ebe form. So the idea that the policy we buy we buy you were there for 8 years, and if you believe says our policies ebetimi solve Galamsey within a period of 2 years I didn't know this our policy by now 8 years na you went to me anye and solve and now banfo fro bia ba fast the same policies no say o say mo na mo the policies ni ba abanfo fro be the same policies no and then no dey when GDA say within a space of 2 years less than 2 years no on fighting. So whatever the MPP people are claiming is neither here nor there. But what I want to put on record is that the current administration is doing well when it comes to the fight against Galamsey. Because in the previous administration, like I said, we saw a president here. Ojina was saying Akunta mining is not engaged in illegal mining. And if MPP people are saying that they are really in support of the government's idea of fighting illegal mining, when we came to power and Chairman Wuntimi was arrested, what did we see? We saw minority leaders and other people sitting in front of institutions and they were crying for his release. Inti adia yesi enye. Say yesi yesobu problem here. Yesi ehunu say punishment in Sweden e kan ho bi. Say me ye bibia yesi etumi punish me. Na me no ye otuwe ede me punishment ni ya ahweso de say. So far as akoya de ya den ya punish no. Me so me koya ye be punish me. But we have been in this country, and at a point in time, President says that Akunta mining is not engaged in any illegal mining. But here call court and what are we hearing? They wanted to change a lawyer at a point, judge court ever vacation, just to delay the process because we and that's the kind of country we find ourselves in. Everything has been politicized. When we come here, we talk to defend our political parties at the detriment of the country now, and that is our problem. If they brought the policies, I didn't know 8 years. those policies no entimi solve galamsey issues. I don't already tell no the number of people omukita mining license kra no ebeye bebre. Today with the intervention of gold board no, gold board doesn't buy gold from illegal miners. It is a way illegal miner unless maybe you have evidence. If you have evidence and you can prove, I want to make the me who say illegal miner be akoton gold, I'm a gold board. Me who ye enti me who ye mean to me banye den enfan kan asem ubetimi aka say obia won a perception, and in life no every day I've been saying that obia you are entitled to your opinion. Ubetimi aka say gold board is buying gold from illegal miners. But so far as you cannot adduce evidence to that effect, you know, untimi sisupi say gold board is buying from illegal miners. Gold board buy from the small scale miners. And like I told you, small scale miners, just recently, some boy, I contact mining, omu free honomono. Say, oko she baby and no mining now. Nobody will tell you that small scale miners now, GDS or mining license. No, almost can cause problem, almost cause problem, maybe. Okay. Into almost all activities, no, it's just bad implication at the environment. No. Right. So today I can tell you that, you go so a and today, about 5,500 hectares of land now you're degrading in the previous administration. And then you reclaiming Sanya money. And until make I said the government of the day air tries to fighting galamsey. So what we need now is collaboration. The way we sit down, defend our political parties.
Collaboration with who exactly?
With government. Okay. You see, what do you have? Semina miti abemu na me kontokwa we see policies no na dey buy when timi amfa anya adwuma na se meku na se wo alternative issue policies then necessary we you present it sabani si ontie the wo kana timamufo no. That is why we have the power to vote in every democratic dispensation. Absolute power resides with the people. All right, and sure. So provide alternative policies now by say because more minority group until one seven more kano yentia. Then you go back to the people and let the people know what the government is doing. But to sit down and watch the thing go on just to score political points because party be promises say oba but oba no can when you were there for 8 years, why did you do it?
Okay. All right, I'll come back to you. So, the representative for the New Patriotic Party, Enoch Joake, just joined us in the studio. So, do you see us winning or losing the fight against illegal mining?
I think I've been sitting here for
please, can you?
Let me see, 10 minutes, listening to my brother, finding it very difficult to defend what is not there. You see, when you use Wagadre and Nkontompo to find your way to power, this is what happens. This is the effect. He has contradicted himself from the start to the end just because you've asked him illegal mining, galamsey, have you been able to fight it? It's a very simple question. And then my brother here this morning has not been able at the end of his 10-minute submission be able to provide a concrete answer to your simple question. We are all in this country and we are in the hands of God. Today on TikTok there is a galamsey page of which they go live, they do videos telling us how lucrative galamsey is to them. That is where galamsey has gotten to. It has gotten to a point where people freely can come out and express their joy for what they are doing now. I don't know if you've bypassed any water bodies along the eastern to the Kumasi Road or even just central region here. Look at it and you sit here telling us that the water bodies are better now than then. May God have mercy on us. Because if God should strike today, I'm not sure no NDC person will be able to enter heaven.
But NPP will.
I'm coming. Let me make my point. You see, I've always had a view that there are certain things we should never send politics there. Religion. That is why I've always had a problem with LGBTQ. We should fight it as a collective national something. Galamsey, we should push politics away from there. My brothers here, because of political power, decided that what brings us together as one people, they will politicize it. Our religion. Kamofo, Dr. Baumia or Repok, or yes, bringing division because of political power. They came to Galamsey. Oh, a MPP, a Jubilee House need to Galamsey. They do it and they bring proceeds to Jubilee House. President Tekufado is the master architect of Galamsey. Even the Jesse Amorim football, they sent politics there. You remember President Mahama himself. That is the extent the NDC had to go because of political power. You told Ghanaians that the president we are paying with our tax, who is the chief in command of the what? Ghana Armed Forces. If he wants to end Galamsey, he can end it in 2 weeks. How many months now? How many years now? What have you been able to do? And I always say, God decided to give NDC the political power so that Ghanaians will see that whatever they were saying, they said it because of their tummy, of which the Honorable Sam George has told us. He did it for his party and he's happy his party is in power. He never did it because he loved the Ghanaian people. Let's come to Galamsey. What new thing have they been able to introduce in the fight against Galamsey? You ask him. You listen to the answer he gave you. If you are still using what they used in 8 years, what is the problem? You again sat here telling us that we sat in 8 years, we could not do anything in Galamsey. And then you are telling us that what happens if you still use our method we use? If what we used in 8 years could not give us the result, why haven't you produced a new method in fighting? It is still the same old antics that you claim failed in 8 years. You are still using it. Water turbidity level, go to AI, let it tell you how you have destroyed the water bodies. I've done it from Milo to right now. I cannot give it a color. We are in our homes from Sunday. Today is when? Thursday, right? Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. I have not seen pipe flowing like this from Wednesday till today.
In your
from
area?
Sunday, yes.
Which area is that?
Labadi. From Sunday till now that I'm speaking to you, we've not seen water.
And you think that
The
is
pipes-
as a result of illegal mining?
My sister, it's only free never. So what I'm saying is, you weaponize something against a government. You made it look like the government had no solution for it, and that Ghanaians should. You see, my whole problem is I was not part of the NDC when they were promising Ghanaians that they were the better managers of this Galamsey thing. Shamelessly, this morning you sit here and you drag one to miss issue to your failed fight against Galamsey. How do you correspond with it? We've given you the power. You said some government officials did Galamsey. We are waiting for you. Prosecute, jail them so that we see that yes, you've taken the fight seriously. But today, shamelessly, we have your national organizer and your first vice. Whom the news came out that they were involved in Galamsey. The president said they should go and do investigation. Have you heard anything from it? A government that cannot prosecute its own, what shows you that they can fight against Galamsey? Today, they said they are fighting against concession, DCs, MCs, and the likes. You hear party executive, NDC party executive, lambasting, crying out. Let me tell you, there is no way NDC will be able to fight Galamsey because they do not have that will to fight it. The best method was what President Akufo-Addo was doing.
What is that?
One, we saw that it is important that these communities, we enlighten them, we let them know the importance. When we give license to people and they come back to the community, whatever they do, they give proceeds to the community so that, or they use the community members for whatever they are doing, so that because Mimi Chrome Galamsey was as would you be mobile licenses were cry so mammy to Galamsey Chrome. Maybe I know two, I mean, so I could to me there, I won't change and I drop because I've seen that there is gold there. So enlighten the community people, ensure that those who come there to mine properly use the community people so that whatever they get, they can also get some in their pocket. Excavators.
And did that work?
It was working. That is the same thing they are doing. Isn't it this community mining thing that you guys were doing? Unfortunately, we lost some lives. they were going to land somewhere. The thing that we have already landed to. But it's another issue. You don't want to remember people of their pains and all that. This blue water guard thing that you are doing, it has been in existence from Mrekuduka launched that thing. So my point is, what new thing has the NDC been able to introduce in the fight against Galamsey? Today I said go to TikTok, type Galamsey TV. You will see them there. On mobile live at this point, they have now the freedom. I went for a funeral around somewhere at Achem side, and where we went to the cemetery, we went to bury the person. People freely doing Galamsey without any unsuro freely with my eyes. First time I was seeing people now we're two-way machines. Then you sit here that under President Kufuor's time, that was the time we got a lot of excavators in this country. Do you use excavators for only Galamsey? You use excavators for only Galamsey. So you cannot use that argument to justify your Galamsey claim. What we are saying is that fix it, because you told the Ghanaian, you weaponize it against the MPP government, and you promised the Ghanaian people that you were going to fix that menace. That is why Ghanaians gave you the opportunity. Why are you delaying? Honestly, we have not seen any improvement in the fight against Galamsey. It has been worse and worse day in, day out. Wait, we will not politicize it. We'll tell the truth.
So I want to understand something. Was it worse before your government left power, or it became worse when they came in?
It has become worse. Like as of now that I am sitting here.
It means when your government was in power, it was okay.
It was worse.
It was worse.
Yes.
But when they came, it became
that is why
more.
they use it as a tool to campaign to the Ghanaian people. And when they came, instead of them to even have a conscience to fight it, they are now the Galamseyers themselves.
Do you have evidence to that?
Oh, you've not heard their national organizer and their first vice that the president also said they should go and do investigations. They've heard that they are involved in Galamsey. Where has it got into? Oh, my brother will deny that fact. If you deny it, we are here this morning. We've heard party members lambasting on social media that the party people, DCs and the rest, are now taking some monies from these Galamseyers. So, which evidence again? Google is all over everywhere. Type Yamin and how do you call it? Abanga. Type it. You see the first thing that will come is Galamsey news. So you see, my point has to do with what President Kufuor wanted to do was that the fight is not a political one. In fact, the honest truth is that if political parties do not come together, it will be difficult to fight it, because today my party, once we want to come to power and they have failed, by 4 years time, if we are not able to do whatever they want to do, we will also weaponize it.
So
and promise better alternatives.
Okay, so I'll come to that, but then I want to ask you: is your party ready to collaborate with the majority in fighting Galamsey?
No. Why we've given them power? Who should collaborate with? You did not hear what.
But you just said,
did you hear what I'm
you just said something right now. You just said something
they
right
have
now.
been given the political power.
Politicians will have to collaborate.
That is by not politicizing Galamsey.
So let's just leave the politics aside, because so far politics has never helped us in.
And that is what I'm saying is that by 4 years time, if NDC is not able to solve Galamsey, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will provide.
Don't bring my table for
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will provide alternatives.
Okay, so can you give us some of the strategic measures or alternatives you think we can maybe switch to, so we can bring an end to?
I should give the how do you call it, President Mahama alternative.
No, you just what you are
saying by 4 years time,
right
if
now,
they are not able to solve the issue.
So you're waiting for 4 years before.
We are not in power.
But
it's just like,
are we not one people?
Who is one people? Did you hear Sam George?
Are we not? No.
President Kufuor is in power. He should fight it. That is why we've given him the power as president.
But don't you think this fight
is Dr. Bawumia having political power now? What can he do to fight?
So yes, he might not have the power, but
so when he gets there and we are getting into the election period, in his manifesto, he will address how he wants to fight Galamsey.
Oh, okay.
And if he sings well with the Ghanaian people, they will vote for him. And when he comes, he will implement them.
Okay. Or you think when you say it now, when
no,
that happened,
not when you say
you didn't get anything. Okay.
2 million were here on the Kwakwakwande. So what politicians can do now, of which what I advise other political parties to do now, is to take politics away from this Galamsey. Yes, NDC started it, and
but don't you think you are also politicizing this?
Of course.
So why are you doing it?
What I am saying is very simple. Me man somehow.
No.
Say
no.
What have you listened to some?
Yeah.
I said.
I get what you are saying, but you see,
on Galamsey, they've compiled all the videos for you.
I exactly get what you are saying, but what I'm saying is that the fight against Galamsey is no longer about MPP or NDC. We are all looking forward to
because it got to NDC. Because it got to NDC, it is about Ghana. When
so,
it was MPP, it was
still about Ghana.
No,
it was you people.
When it got to MPP, my brother here said President Akufo-Addo is the architect of Galamsey.
So you are not retaliating to what they did.
We are not retaliating, but we are only showing them that this is what you said. This is the record you provided, and you told Ghanaians to vote for you. It is as simple as that. My sister, you think weaponizing something against a government to the extent that you told Ghanaians to let them believe that President Akufo-Addo and Kasakrano and what Galamsey and what Jimu were kingpin. You think is someone's reputation putting him on the line? Today is vindicated. You came and more from Galamsey ne to say more from Mobia per concession. Eddie a year 4 years. Who told you that you'll be able to fight Galamsey? President Mama said what? Did you listen? He knows his own people are doing Galamsey. Did I write it for President Mama? Did you write it for President Mama? Did my brother Sammy write it for President Mama? He knows that his own people are doing Galamsey. And I say it again. When we give you power and you cannot do anything, and your alternative is come and cry to us, then you have failed.
So you feel
crack
right
the whip. Why are you crying to me that you know your own people are doing Galamsey? Why did Ghanaians give you the power?
Okay.
Crying to me without cracking the whip. You have failed. It's just like Julius Dabra going to the Pentecost church to go and cry. When he has the cane to lash the woman, you have the chief of staff power to sack her. Then you go and cry on that person's behalf. You have failed. So President Mama coming to tell Ghanaians, and then we hear some so-called neutrals, CSO, saying he has been bold to come and tell us that he knows his people are involved in Galamsey. Did he solve the Galamsey after saying it? Enough of the antics and PR. President Mama coming to tell you and I that he knows his people are involved in Galamsey. Did he make the water clean for you? You have the power. Crack the whip. Arrest your people that you think they are involved in the Galamsey. Coming to tell me that you know your people are involved in Galamsey will not make our water bodies clean. It will not make my pipe flow in my house. I will sleep 1 week without water in my home. And then you come and tell me you know your people are involved in Galamsey. So what?
Okay, so should the table turn today, and then it happens that the MPP is in power? Should we expect maybe in 1 week Galamsey is being solved?
Galamsey cannot be solved in 1 week, and President Akufo-Addo proved that it will take time because the thing has been in existence for long. For me, my first solution is that halt every mining, whether legal, those who have licenses, halt everything. Come back to the drawing board again. Let's stop mining like a month. Ubia or year war licenses, papa, what have you? Halt it.
Okay.
Small scale, large scale, halt it. Put a hold. Come back to the drawing board. Let them come back again. All those with those licenses, review them. Go and check their sites. Just like my brother said, some people have the licenses but are doing bad mining. Go back and check those sites. No, they had their concession.
Okay.
We come and then the person has gone beyond where his concession is. Red. The person has gone to a water body. Red. The person has done this. Red. And President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia's one solution that I like. This mercury is a catcher. That so that our water bodies would, you see, I think they use the mercury. That what destroys the water body span. And again, this gold catcher thing that you cannot, you go to one place, you to her, you should go the enya, then you have to her, and you to her. So one place they have dug a lot of holes around, of which all is in search of this gold. So when they get this gold catcher thing or something,
that will detect where the gold is.
Detect where the gold is, so that you not end up destroying a lot of land size in search of just gold.
Okay.
Before you find the gold, but when you get this gold catcher thing, you know that What to her, so that these people will not destroy. So when I went to the phone, I was working. I said, I had the ultimate you two assassins. And dangerous people die on Ama Watom Wowu. Look at the lives you are losing to this Galamsey. Then we see their Hanabisium. The soldiers around there. Where did they get them to?
Okay. So I'll come back to you. Mr. Okine, it's alleged that your people are involved in Galamsey, and
the president himself said it.
and that is making it so difficult for your government to fight against Galamsey. How true is that?
You see, President Mama is a president who is on record to have convicted his people before. Yeah. That one you can't take it.
Tell us the people.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when we criticized Chairman Wontumi for engaging in Galamsey, what did he do? He said Akonta mining is not engaging in any form of illegal mining. And I said that. And I said that when I was doing my submission. But today, if the president has been bold enough to even say publicly that some of his people are engaged in illegal mining, that tells you the level at which the president dislikes illegal mining. All those that you claim their names have been mentioned. President says we should do investigation. When investigations are conducted and it becomes necessary that they should be prosecuted, they will be prosecuted. Once their names have been mentioned, I am not the one to say that they are doing it or they are not doing it until the investigation comes out with clear evidence that indeed they are engaged in illegal mining. The mere fact, even Chairman to me, that we know him to be displaying gold on TV and other things. You claim that he is not engaged in any form of illegal mining. So what about those that their names have been mentioned and no investigation has been concluded, but you are bold sitting here saying that they are engaged in illegal mining? The fact of the matter is that the government of the day is willing to fight illegal mining.
So what is stopping it?
You see, like I told you, when my brother was talking, he made mention of gold catcher and whatever that president, the previous vice president is bringing on board. When he was in power, why didn't he use that technology? The person we are talking about is not a new person in our political environment. He has been a vice president for the Republic of Ghana, the second gentleman for that matter. If he had that technology, why didn't he introduce it when they were in power? He then again repeated what I said, that even some of the licensed mining companies engage in bad practices, which is destroying our environment. Who gave them the licenses? And it is on record. By 2017, when we were leaving office, there were only 60 mining licenses in the system. By 2024, when we came to power, close to 2,000, to the extent that we have to revoke about 278 mining licenses. So if there are small-scale miners who are engaged in bad mining practices, who give them that power? So the level at which the Galamsey or whatsoever is entrenched in the system, it will only take time. You can't tell me that the government of the day is not doing anything. If you compare the fight against Galamsey under President Mahama, if you compare it to what we saw under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, look, then I'll say that President Mahama has done 100%. But my work is not to compare. My work is to ensure that the Galamsey, the menace has what? It has come down. For nothing at all, forests have been reclaimed. Under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, laws were being made, issuing for forests to people. Under President Mahama, those LIs are being repealed. And you tell me those administrations are the same? For nothing at all, we have seen a lot of work that NIMOS has done. And you tell me the president is not doing anything about Galamsey? For nothing at all, 9 forests have been reclaimed. And you tell me the president is not doing anything about Galamsey? Then maybe you don't know, or you have decided to play your party politics just like you are doing, because when you were here, you have accepted that once it is MPP, the nation should destroy, the nation should burn. Then when you come to power, what if by the time you come to power and the nation is burned, what will you do? Who are you? What are you coming to manage? So please, the government of the day is on the fight against Galamsey. The government is not sleeping. But I want to state it on record that the level at which the Galamsey is entrenched, it will only take time before we can fight it. Even if we fight it, for the implications to reverse, for example, the water bodies, before they can go back to their safety state, it will take some time. Okay. So all I will say is that the president is not sleeping on the job. President, through Honorable Sami Jemfi, has introduced the gold board, making it unattractive for illegal miners, because gold board doesn't buy gold from illegal miners, just like I said. So if you're an illegal miner, where are you going to sell your gold? Maybe unless you get it, you sell it to the small scale miners, and then they will go and sell it to gold board. All will take time. But the picture that my brother is trying to paint, to look as if the government of the day is not doing anything about Galamsey, it's neither here nor there. Okay. If you compare Mohammed's administration to the previous Akufo-Addo's administration in the fight against Galamsey, I'll say that this current government is doing well.
Now, briefly, why do we deport foreigners who comes to mine on our water bodies? Why not prosecute them? Because if any of us to find ourselves in one of these countries, and then you go to destroy their forest reserves or pollute their waters in search of a common goal, I'm not sure they will deport you back to your country to be prosecuted. Why do we see that happening? In
the history of Ghana, have you ever seen any government prosecuting a foreigner for engaging in such an act before? Have you seen it before?
Aisha is in
if it has happened,
Aisha is in prison.
Aisha cannot be traced. In which prison exactly?
Yes. Aisha
yeah.
Where?
In Sawom. Yes. So you are sure when we go there, we will see her in Sawom right now.
It's not true.
It is not true.
It is not true.
I have seen Aisha in.
You saw Aisha in Sawom.
Monsieur one Sawom female ward. Go
that is where she is.
Yes.
And so when we go there, we are going to see her there.
If you want finish right now,
we will go. Yeah, yes. Exactly. That is why I'm asking that when we go there. So that is what she does in the cell.
All
right.
I'll continue.
You've not been there.
I have not been there before. So where I sit, I cannot state that she is there.
Okay.
But I think, you see, we are dealing with international relation issues. If we think that our laws do not permit us to prosecute such individuals, then it will be appropriate for government to take steps to ensure that when such people are apprehended, they will be prosecuted so that the menace will come down.
All right, sure. Mr. Ake, you said something. You said Ashawan is in Sawom prison.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So you are sure when the news team,
but I'll go there.
Our reporters get there right now. We are
going to donate to the prison people.
We should first buy items that we are going to donate to the prison people.
Or just buy items that you want to donate. She will come out.
She will come out.
Oh, you don't believe?
Are you being serious right now?
Aisha is in Ghana prison. And you Ghana and sentencing. Or you think she has left? She was sentenced in a Ghanaian court.
By your government.
See that one? Now Nikro is sentencing. Aisha is in prison. She's at in Sawom. Female, if you like, ask anybody. Or get time, or let your station call the Sawom PRO or something. You find out she's there. And you're Chinese, innit? When did we go there? I think last year or last 2 years.
And you saw her
with my eyes.
You saw her with your eyes. But how come she's selling fufu? Is that a punishment?
No, that is not for her. She's like, say, the prison officers. They do sell around over there. Oh, they have. It is a nice place. They have a big compound.
The prison is a nice place.
As in, it's a big compound where they come out. But not outside.
Okay.
They come out to their compound and then they do whatever they want over there. Now you agree that Krasoko prison, or you also don't believe that one?
Well, I don't, but
I agree that no one's home.
I think with what you are saying, we will need to go and confirm.
Oh yeah, let me read for you.
We will need to go and confirm.
So Aisha was sentenced in December 2023.
With that I know, and it's very common in sentencing people on paper.
Oh.
It is common in sentencing people on paper.
Our system is not that good, but it's not that worse too.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's not that worse too, to the extent that we will sentence someone and the person will not. Unlike the city now that they are in town, that we still don't know where she is up to now. I don't know if you know where City.
But the spokesperson said what's the name?
Government spokesperson.
The police. No. He said that she's she's being taken care of by the police service at the custody.
But do these people do they respect us as Ghanaians?
Why do you say that?
Someone has stolen Sikachuchiri, the Maslock money for traders. You bring the person. Up to now, we've not seen any picture claiming that she's in Ghana. They don't end it.
Why didn't you go there and snap a picture? You should have gone there and snap a picture.
You don't respect us. Honestly, you don't respect us.
Okay.
Don't respect us.
So you mean she hasn't come?
Why is she? Provide the evidence for us that she is here. Because she's supposed to be serving a jail sentence at Insaum.
Okay.
Why is she? I'm telling you, we go to Insaum, we go and do donation. I've not seen Sedina.
But you've seen Ashawan.
I said Ashawan is in Insaum.
Okay.
Find out by yourself. When you're done, do some course.
Alright, sure. But briefly, we are against time. So I think to our next topic, that briefly in a second. Why are you smiling? So that has to do with it, because that I'm going to start with you, because that has to do with your
time is up.
Your party. Yes, in a second. Okay, but you still need to talk on that. Yes, so that has to do with Kennedy Ohini Japan.
What does it?
So that is what I'm saying. He made claims that he see no reason why you should blame the current administration on why they are delaying to complete their foreign military hospital, because you have been in power for 8 years and you did nothing. And then he also claimed that he has an expose to reveal that is next year, June, July. And there've been a situation where some MPP coordinators have
which coordinators? I saw the topic and
the new Patriotic Party coordinators. Group of coordinators.
In what
coordinators?
Your
electoral area.
Exactly. The petition.
No.
The petition neck. Yes. The petition neck. That he will need to come and brief them on why he's making the allegation, and also bring out an evidence to back his claim. So I want to ask you, what is going on?
Nothing is going on. Yesterday, Dr. Baumia was at the University of Ghana.
That is not what I'm asking you.
And he went to.
I'm asking about Kennedy.
The nice Ghanaian football match with the University of Ghana students. The party is in the right direction. The flag bearer is focused on what he wants to do, of which he is planning on how he'll be able to rescue the country from the wicked people we've given power to them. Again, concerning Afari, I have nothing to say. Joy News, your sister station, has come out to debunk the claim by the Honorable Kennedy Japan that MPP did nothing. He says that claim is absolute false.
Really?
Yes, you've not seen that.
Then I think you saw that alone.
Oh, my brother, you saw that. Joy News.
I think I've
yes. They said whatever Kennedy Japan said that MPP did nothing. That false is claim.
But there was an interview. There was an interview where the video and the audio was out on Twitter. Another where he was being interviewed, and then he said it. That is there's going to be an expose in June.
Spill the beans.
Yes.
Well,
you didn't see that.
I was seen it. Why?
Okay. Now people are saying that he's now becoming a threat to your party.
Oh no.
You
see, Ghana in a party obi da form dada. O say who the net to form. We are already in opposition. Yeah, that form say. No be other form Osuro say or the never form.
Oh, okay.
You're already in opposition. If we are in government and you're saying this, then we say you are sending us to opposition. We are already in opposition. Yeah, that form that.
But don't you fear it's
you
going to affect you?
Opposition party. You see, Rollins got in a party. Near free party got in a party. Did NDC collapse? I'm asking you. When Rollins' wife, the founder's wife, no, she's a co-founder of NDC. Left to form a political party. Did NDC collapse? When your current 24-hour economy, Gusitano, left, did NDC collapse? So what I'm telling you is that the party will not collapse. We have seen worse. NDC has seen worse. They are in government today.
Okay.
So whatever being the case, where one individual feels not okay with whatever that goes on, it may have its impact on the political party, but that single individual will not be able to collapse the party, because the party is bigger than any individual. If Dr. Baumia decides to leave MPP today as our flag bearer, we will conduct a new flag bearership election to choose another person, because the party is bigger than an individual.
Okay.
Also saying also no No, you cannot be bigger than the Osono. So whatever that is going on,
So
I've just decided that I don't want to have a take.
You don't see that affecting you in the upcoming election.
My concern is that my flag bearer Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia yesterday was at the University of Ghana to watch the football match with a student, and he is focused to deliver, to rescue the country from the Wagadri people. Simple.
Okay, so please, your last words.
My last words is very simple. Let me greet Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the incoming president, and Hajia Samira Baumia. We've seen that Hajia has been doing some student engagement for the past 1 month. She was at Ghana Telecom last week. She has been at the University of Ghana again. In fact, the students are happy. Yesterday, Doctor himself was at the University of Ghana to watch the football match with them. I've seen some comment by some full soldiers who have decided that for them they will never learn sense, even football. From what they've seen in Galamsey Chinina, they are still politicizing football. That President Dramani Mahama was the one who went to defend, and then Ghana won the match. I don't know if you saw President Mahama wearing a football jersey on the field, but again, we will have to commend the Ghanaian coach. In fact, he has shown that art and science is what we use in football. And Coach Otuado, we have to sue him for damages. He has to come and pay us damages because our boy and Kawache say in fact, this coach has exposed Otuado, and that my goal right now is that we have some senior people who sue Otuado so that you come and pay us damages. Sikana yetuaman in on face because Wachere and say or no any our current coach Carlos, there is a big difference, and in fact we have to commend the coach. Yesterday the match was won by the coach. He played all the football, and he is sensible. He's too much. We cannot afford to keep such a person away from Black Stars. We have to keep him, and I'm hoping that even if he makes one mistake, it will not cause our brothers to send him away, because we need such a tactical person. I'm just hoping that in our next match we'll do that. And my advice to my brothers is that this is football. It is the only thing that brings us together. Yesterday, your deputy chief of staff was hugging Afenyomakin. They went to watch the match together. It is the only thing that brings us together now. Right now, you politicize religion, Muslim, Christian. You politicize Galamsey. Please leave football out for us. President Mahama was not on the pitch. Elikem Kotoku, President Mahama and Kobobo Libi, Mutie Wudodo, Ghana and Ebo. It brings us together. Everything is politics for NDC. People don't want to learn more. Why?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Okain. Please, your last words and anything regarding the MPP. Kennedy Japan said he wants to expose the MPP next year, June, July. What do you have to say about that?
In fact, I've listened to Honorable Kennedy Japan
on
his expose about this safari, whatever, and you see, Ghana, it has come to a time that we need to pay attention to our processes and not using certain, using certain establishments as a political trophy. That Afari military hospital was supposed to be completed within 42 months. And that 42 months was supposed to happen between 2017. Why are we in 2026 and we are still talking about it? So if my brother says they did something about it.
When you were living, what was the state of Afari?
Maybe they did something about it, but it was too little. You understand? I am now believing in the policy of value for money office. I think when that office come to play, it will help us solve some of these problems. I did procurement. So I understand some of those things. When you put up if I give you a contract and you are supposed to complete within 24 months and you are unable to finish, the fault is not coming from me. You have breached the contract terms. In fact, it violates the principles of value for money. So I think we should rather focus on why certain projects are being delayed. When you come to my area, Manya, there is a community ICT center there. It was constructed by President Kofo. After completion, it has never been open to the public. Why? What do we need? If you take something like Agenda 111, the whole of Agenda 111 was supposed to cost the Ghanaian people around 1.9 billion US dollars. One hospital was supposed to cost 17 million US dollars. By 2024, Ghana, we have invested 400 million US dollars into Agenda 111. But they said they completed only 3. So if you are to divide 400 million by 17 million Ghana cedis, we are supposed to get Agenda 111 hospital 22 completed. Why were we seeing only 3? So I think the problem is not about the political communication about it, but we should begin to look at the procurement aspect.
Okay.
And bear minds with the finance minister, the value for money office, it should come to play.
Okay.
So that we can monitor some of these projects and stop using them as political trophies.
Okay.
And I would love to advise my younger brother, he should desist from insulting. Me, I don't insult. I don't do politics of insult. You are a young man, and you are, oh, you said they don't have sense, they don't learn. You were saying all those things for.
Oh, that is
unfortunately, me, I don't even watch ball. When they say penalty cry, I don't know. Me, I don't know anything about ball. Like me, I don't watch ball. Like I don't like it. I don't watch ball. Even no. I don't watch. I will just go and ask Charlie. No one, I will. Yeah, I'm like that. I don't watch ball. Yes, I don't have time watching ball for 90 minutes. No, I can't. I don't have time.
All right, sure.
So we should move on to the processes, the procurement aspect. If we think the assist history is not helping, we should amend it. We should make it strong. The Public Procurement Authority and the MPP, we had a procurement minister. Why haven't we been able to finish some of these projects?
Yeah.
So I think it's about the processes, and we should desist from using some of these projects as political trophies. And I did it, and I didn't complete. Because if you sign it, if we think the way we pay for contracts, that is what is affecting us. Because I think they do it, then the contractor will raise a certificate, then they pay. If we think that is not helping us and it is delaying our project, we should stop. When we think we have the money to invest, we give it to the contract. What time will you finish? I'll finish in 2 years' time. We give it to you, you finish.
Okay.
Because we do it, we leave it, and by the time we will come back again, the project has deteriorated. Meaning we will need additional money at the detriment of the already suffering Ghanaian people.
Okay.
So I will say that we should pay attention to the processes and the procurement aspect of the system.
Okay.
And I think we can go far. President Kufuor did well by giving us this public procurement something, so we should make good use of it.
All right, sure. So that's how we end it on the second segment of the breakfast show. Thank you so much for sticking tuned to your radio. This was educative and informative as well. You heard from Enoch Fojoake, the New Patriotic Party communicator, and then you also heard from Mr. Samuel Okine, the NDC Regional Communications Team member. I am Deborah Addo, so thank you so much. Meet you same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond.